Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dicefunctional. We're currently down Jace, so the intros are going to be a little different than usual. Right with me right now, I have my friends. I've got Jolly, Michelle, Becca, Jess, Jill, and Cody. Where we last left our group of interesting idiots, they had just gone into the town of Thornhurst, tried to collect some information, and then faced some issues when a group of hitmen tried to come and find them and presumably kill them. Now, interestingly enough, after you guys had dealt with said hitmen, you learned that they were only there to kill one person. But the exact person was never told to you. At least, it was made more apparent that it was that anyone could be killed. Just one of them. But most surprisingly, you guys had a bounty on your heads for about 1,000 platinum, or 10,000 gold. Which has definitely made things interesting for you all. But, plus side, you guys now have a bunch of money you're sitting on. You've dealt with your hitman issue, at least for right now. You found a token showing that there was a hit put out on you. And then you let only one of those hitmen go, seemingly to run away. But for right now, you are safe-ish. Currently, you guys are still in the city of Thornhurst. Where we last left you all, you were trying to find out more information about certain individuals, namely one individual that goes by High Lord, and possibly even some information about changelings or other individuals that could have been responsible for the crime that occurred. So, what do you guys wish to do? Nose goes.
I guess I can go first if no one else wants to.
Go
ahead. Although she still wouldn't want to like leave Rot and Fizzy behind. But if we're gonna start like questioning people, I don't think she would go back to the bar, but she'd probably like, I don't know, find like a shopkeep that seems like they would know something. Like something that seems like a little bit more of like a stable shop, I guess.
So you're gonna look to try and find a place where it looks like maybe they may wind up hearing a lot of information or stuff like that.
Yeah, like it's a weapon shop with a separate wooden stall that's not a caravan, you know, or something like that.
That's gonna be difficult. Basically, all of them are caravans of some sort. It's just that they have a small pop-up shop that they can set up and put stuff onto.
Someone who looks like they've been here a while. Like in Thornhurst, traveling with Thornhurst. If I can, like, insight or perceive that or something.
You could roll, I would say you could roll insight to try and figure out who is possibly the most knowledgeable.
We'll do that. First roll of the session. It's a dirty 20.
So, dirty 20 will reveal that probably your best bet for gathering information would indeed probably want to be one of the older folks who are wandering around, but you also realize that for the information that you are potentially looking for, you may also want to try to find someone who is involved in crime in some way, shape, or form. So you could try to dig around, see if you could find a fisher, maybe.
I could. Could I expend another use of my suspicious minds to get a read on that?
I would say no.
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 Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll try to find a fisher. Make it act like I'm looking to like hire someone.
Okay. So would you inform the rest of the team that you're going to be doing that?
Yes.
Okay. So, everybody else, Granny would come to you all and tell you basically she is looking to try and find a fisher for some more information and see what you guys can dig up by using one of them. So, you all may do as you please, but if that information is relevant to any of your characters, let us know.
I'd say I'll help because I could speak, thieves can't. And I've already seen what a fisher looks like with their hand tattoo.
Yep.
So
that would be mighty helpful.
Okay. So Kaz, you tag along with Granny to go and help try to track down a fisher for you guys. This is going to be a perception check. You're trying to find one person who has a fishing hook tattoo on the webbing between their thumb and finger.
We're both really good at this. Really good at perception between the two of us.
no.
We're really...
10.
I don't want to roll digital, so let's see. No, that's even worse, actually. That's a 6.
We're gonna have to ask someone.
Okay. You guys begin looking around the crowds and numerous clusters of people, and you realize very swiftly you have no fucking idea where a fisher is in this fucking town. You guys have no idea what you're supposed to be looking for. You can't see shit.
She's gonna walk up to a random shopkeeper and be like, "Pardon me. I'm looking for a fisher if you know any." She like slides a gold piece. Now that I have money, I can do this.
We got platinum recently. I don't feel bad about doing this anymore.
Look, I don't need to buy anything. I just need to save enough to help Rot get the frog poncho, and it's all that. Everything else is bribes.
The poncho is all that Jill cares about right now. Roll me a persuasion check.
Do I get any bonuses?
No.
Oh, come on. I'm actually good at that.
We'll take the gold piece and go. I might know one.
Gonna be like that, huh?
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not me. I'm not. Seems like a really bad idea to draw a weapon.
Do not draw a weapon.
No, I'm not gonna. She'll be right. She'll be like, "You have a tough bargain and another gold piece. You ain't getting any more."
Okay, roll me another persuasion check.
Slightly better, 15.
He'll take the other gold piece. Go talk to Rufio. He's down on the corner.
Rufio.
Thank you kindly. Tips hat, leaves, rumbles. Tough crowd.
You have been pointed down the road to talk to Rufio, and you will make your way down to the corner, and you will see that there is a very lean, skinny-looking individual wearing very skimpy clothing. You can see that they're wearing a midriff-bearing shirt and very tight, short pants, and you have a feeling this is Rufio.
Rufio, I presume.
Yes. How can I help you?
I'm looking for a new hire. Someone who would be. I completely lost my accent. I'm so sorry. It's gone. I'm looking for someone who's the best at, shall we say, disguising themselves. It'll be a real good job for them.
I might have some ideas of people who could do that. So I could see passing on that information for maybe, we'll say 100 gold.
Seems a little high, don't you think? How about 50?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'm trying to barter for once in my life. I did one good roll. 10.
I think you really need this individual, so my price will stand.
What do you think, Kaz?
Just let me pay for it.
Oh, okay. Fine.
If you can't bargain with them, just do it. You know? Anyways, I'm docking 100 gold from my inventory.
Got it. So, you hand over 100 gold to Rufio, and he'll go, thank you. There are quite a few good ones that are out there. If you're looking for just someone who's decent at hiding how they look, then we got a few disguisers that you can talk to. A few ex-actors could also be pretty helpful depending on what you want. But a changeling or Kitsune, they'd be probably your best bet. Problem is, there aren't a lot of changelings in this field.
No. I
No.
think they'd be perfect for it.
Yes, they would be. But also, you don't get far into the field unless you're good at it. And everyone starts off not good. And unsurprisingly, the people who can change their shape get caught pretty quick.
Why is that?
Because people pay attention to it.
So you don't know any of them?
I didn't say that. I said I knew of a few. Last I heard, a couple of changelings that were in the field got picked up. So unfortunately, they're not going to be available for any jobs. Not anytime soon.
Well,
There's a kitsune or two.
who took all the changelings?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. They may have just been arrested and then just got taken away by the Akhtiar for all I know. Or they got... I don't know.
Well, that's too bad.
Yes. Granted, there's still some kitsune around.
That's still worth checking out.
A fellow that goes by the name of Sato. He lives over in Cervello. You could talk to him over there. He might be willing to do some work with you, but in all honesty, from what I've heard, he's trying to step away from the work. Which is a damn shame. He's damn good.
I'll keep that in mind. What was the other? Sato?
It's just Sato. He lives over in Cervello. Right here.
Cervello. Can you think of anything else to ask?
Any person with the alias of High Lord?
Oh, yes, that's easy. The High Lord. He runs a pawn shop, we'll call it. Hangs out with us over here in Thornhurst most of the time. What?
So is he currently in Thornhurst right now?
Yes, of course. He only skirts away when he doesn't really want to be hanging around for whatever reason, but for right now, I'm sure he's fine.
Well, we could check out his shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you need from me?
Not right now, but probably later.
Yeah. I think we're good for right now. We'll keep you in mind if we ever need you again.
That's fine. Everybody keeps me in mind. Anything else you guys want to do or speak to Rufio about?
Not that I can think of.
No. Not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. While you two are doing that, rest of the crew, Rot, Darius, Fizzy, and Tana. Anything you guys wish to do?
Well, we did just hand Rot a mountain of books.
You did. So could I get an investigation check from you, Rot?
Yeah. That's it. I'm also sitting looking through the books, so.
Okay. You can either provide advantage or also roll investigation. It's up to you.
I give you advantage. Go again.
By one.
By
I
one.
rolled better by one.
I won.
One can make a difference. 30, 20.
Okay. So looking over the books, you would see that there are 3 here present. There is one with a blue cover, one with a black cover, and one with a pretty tattered looking leather cover. Which one are you most curious about?
Probably the tattered leather, just because. Well, actually, just by touching it, I might be able to figure out which one is the oldest.
So the oldest is the tattered looking one. That one's probably about a good 75 years old. So it's had a rougher life. The other ones are newer, but you can see that the black leather one, black fabric one. That one has pages that are removed, like literally like they're ripped out, and it's a good chunk of them, to be honest with you. This is like a 50-page book. It's a smaller one, but like half of the pages are just ripped away. Say again.
Said don't like that.
Don't like that.
Don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Rot would definitely be probably splitting his focus between the tattered leather and the black fabric book. Mostly, I think focusing on the leather one, but doing that thing where it's like you very obviously are curious about something else, so you're like, yeah. You know, just kind of.
Gotcha. So looking over the tattered leather book, it appears to be a spell book, just a run-of-the-mill spell book. There are several spells already housed inside of it, namely Alarm, Burning Hands, Charm Person, Chromatic Orb, Alter Self, Arcane Lock, Blindness, Deafness, and Blur.
You're gonna have to write that down, homie.
I would love a list. I was like, oh, this is only a few spells. I could probably quickly type this, and then you got past the first one. And I was like,
done.
Thank you.
I'd normally type up that list, but
Yeah, you're handicapped right now.
I mean, I was trying to type it
Hey.
up and it went so fast. I was like,
Well, time to see which of these spells are rituals.
Have fun.
Uh,
I think Arcane Lock might be, to be honest.
Alarm is a
I think
ritual.
alarm.
Yep.
Nothing else, I don't.
As for the other book, Ron, you realize pretty quickly the other book is, first off, there's no title to it. It doesn't have a title page, doesn't have any, anything saying what it is. What you see is that the paper itself is fairly thick. I'm gonna say like almost like cardstock, really. There's a slight yellowing to the back sides of the pages. So one is just a regular kind of pale whitish color. The other one's kind of got a slight yellowing to it, and you notice it's slightly tacky. Looking it over and judging this, it basically looks like it's a specialized form of magic paper, for lack of a better term, that is made for the purposes of putting seals or other forms of magic onto that can then be stuck to surfaces to activate on a surface.
Like sticky notes.
They're like magic sticky notes.
Magic
Yes.
sticky. Right, okay.
If you're going to actually do an identification on it, I can give you a proper bit of information, but that is identified. That is a thingamabob you have to tell me you're going to do.
1 second. Rod just kind of does identify when he touches stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
it is a sheaf of what will be known as seal paper. And the purpose of it is basically to be applied onto surfaces to make a spell affect the surface itself directly. So they can be used in a few ways. It works best with ritual-based spells. So if it's something you can cast as a ritual, then you will be able to put the effect onto the surface, typically almost in the same way a trap would work. So you step on it, it'll activate the ritual you cast onto that piece of paper, or you can manually touch it yourself and make it do whatever you wanted. It does not really work with non-ritual magic, not without using an exorbitant amount of spells and paper, really.
Sorry, I'm also fixing the mic because
You're okay.
I'm talking at a regular volume and it's not picking me up. Which
That's
is
fair.
weird. I haven't adjusted anything on it, so I don't know what that's about. I don't know what I can do with the ritual book. So, I think if Darius is also sitting there.
Yeah, the second you put the spell book down, she looks to see which of these spells she can copy.
Yeah, it's a chain of
Pass.
examining things of this is a spell book. This is magic sticky notes. This is...
Sticky note?
Rot does not
I
say
know.
sticky notes in character. Let me clarify. You will
Adhesive
know if
paper.
Rot does, because Rot does not sound like me. Yeah, and the last book was it? My brain is saying it was red, but also it could have been blue.
It was blue.
It was blue.
I was like, I
Is
knew
it-
it was either red or blue.
There's a blue fabric covered book and a black fabric covered book, like the old style Lord of the Rings books that kind of had the hardcover that had that weirdly textured fabric to it. It's like that.
Mhm. Every single book in our high school library because
Yeah,
it was
basically
underfunded.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This one instead appears to be. It is a magical, but it's more so that this book has been enchanted to be more resistant to damage, so that it is less likely to be marked up by mud or ink or anything like that. It is effectively a book going over information of aberrations. creatures that are seemingly not of this world or should not exist in this world, and thus have been noted, and are basically going over how they work and what one would have to worry about in them. Basically, if you come across an aberration of some sort, you can look through this book and get an advantage on your roll to help figure out more information on it.
Also, I don't know if this applies to this, but I did just remember one of my, what's it called?
Feats.
It's not really a feat. It's
Feat?
the opposite of
Is it an eldritch
Possibility?
invocation?
No,
if
trait.
you're all
Trait.
saying all of the
Trait.
things, trait. That's what it is.
Wait.
Because you remember the flaw, you remember that
Yeah.
easily.
The flaw. I don't remember what the good thing is. I don't need that. But one of my traits is fast steady.
Yep.
I don't know if that applies to anything.
It would apply in the cases where you would use
Okay.
this aberration book,
Right.
but in the context of just identifying it, not so much.
Okay. Cool. Then Rat will once we're done, Rat's gonna run back to the cart, cradling the books, and kind of put them in his room and then come back out. And nothing happens to them books.
No thieving.
No thieving. Not in this hell of an earth place.
We already did.
Thornhurst.
We've already done the thieving.
Hate it here. So scared.
I will say, oh, Michelle just left. Never mind. They wouldn't.
Godspeed.
Yeah, Michelle would have liked it the most, so I can't say it yet.
Right.
Anything else that you two need to do?
I don't have magic paper yet to start copying spells, so no.
Okay.
Didn't you just get my...
Magic paper for spell scrying. Like scrying? No.
Scribing.
Scribing. Yeah.
They got several blank scrolls for a spell to be put onto. They did not get several sheafs of magic paper to copy down spells into their book.
Okay.
As a
However-
magic user, I should know how spell paper works, but I'm gonna be really honest with you. It's eluded me this entire time, and I'm not prepared to learn how it works. So,
Magic paper, go far.
magic paper,
Insert-
but there's also 17 different kinds of magic paper. I don't know. I'll get it.
Insert Griffin McElroy meme here.
At this
way-
point, I'm too afraid to ask.
I think Asher did need more, what was it, message or sending scrolls for more communication devices.
It was
so-
stuff like that, yeah.
We'll do that when we find an actual proper magic shop again.
You guys will also hear, off in the distance, I will say that Granny and Tana, you guys will arrive as well. You will hear off in the distance the yipping and barking and howling of what appears to what sounds like dogs. And you can also hear what sounds like a crowd that's starting to get riled up.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of this.
I draw the line at many things.
I can excuse fantasy
Racism.
racism, but I draw
You can
the line
excuse racism.
We gotta go check it out. Let's go.
Do you guys want to go find out what's happening?
I absolutely do. I don't know if anyone else is gonna follow, but
Yeah.
It's animals. I'm gonna follow. I know Fizzy's not gonna be happy.
If it's a dogfight, we're breaking them out.
Michelle,
Right?
you have your mic muted
Yeah.
on stream.
What?
oh, unmute your input.
Unmute my. It didn't have it muted.
Michelle
properties.
can't mute herself, and not just one way now.
It's 3 ways, because you can use yourself on Discord.
You
Your
get yourself
actual
on your
mic.
mic.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I think I'm good now.
Mute button's not just here. or here. It's also in the computer.
It wouldn't be you if you didn't accidentally mute yourself.
3 layers of security.
We're doing
for
it live.
Security.
Listen, next week will go so much smoother.
Uh-huh.
Triple factor verification for muting.
I still cannot hear you on the stream.
I mean,
Ah!
I'm going out. I can see it on my thing, so I don't understand what's happening. I can. God.
Hey, Michelle, it's because you're too fucking quiet.
Oh, I see my thing going. Oh God. Okay, hold on.
We're still having audio issues, ladies and gents.
Yeah. Anyway.
While that's being corrected, I am going to keep typing up the book that you guys found.
Also, Connor's coming in double?
What?
I don't know.
Huh.
I'm so sorry, Michelle.
Doing wrong.
Oh gosh.
I get to cut this out in the post.
Yeah. We'll fix it in post. Oh god. I'm trying to think.
Am I
really
still doubled?
The only way you would be doubled is if you were on like speaker or something and Michelle's mic was picking it up.
I don't hear a double.
Oh. I have 2 tabs open.
Dumbass.
Okay, so it's a that's
So
a
it's
thing.
me.
No, wait, I want to say it. It was my thing. I want you to know. You said Connor's double, and Connor's like, I don't hear it. I was like, that guy has 2 tabs open.
You
And then
I was
dumbass.
trying to.
2 tabs open.
Look, I'm trying to do what I can on this end too.
Am I still muted on stream? Please double check. I don't understand because it shows me as going out. Like I can see stuff. Okay, I'm gonna just do this. Is this helping at all?
No, you're so quiet.
I can hear you on the stream now.
Okay, thank you. I was just really quiet on my end. That's all it was. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I think
Anyway.
we're good now.
Anyway, I get to put this out. I won't see this in the YouTube video.
Where you're not picking up the noise gate or exceeding it.
I think I was just really low because I had my thing low. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, you guys begin making your way over to the sounds of all the animals. And you'll see that there's a large crowd of people that have begun to make their way around this, effectively a large oval, where there are some kind of like fences that are kind of like blocking them from going in. And you can see that there's a small section where there are what look like goblins standing near or behind these dogs, where they've kind of been fenced off from one another, and like there's a gate stopping them from going forward. And it looks like the goblins are trying to like get the dogs all riled up and ready to go. And then you hear a gunshot that goes up in the that someone fires a gun off into the air. The gate in front of the dogs gets dropped, and the dogs bolt forward into the actual, what you can see now is a track. And it looks like it's effectively a dog racing track.
Still not great. Not as bad as it could have been.
You can also see that these dogs are skinny, scrawny little creatures that have very short hair and look to have little spots of like where they've nipped themselves or bit themselves. They have slightly piggish noses on their faces, and all appear to be fairly drooly in their own way, shape, or form. They also, once they finally stop running, once they are standing still, you can say that they all kind of like shake or quiver to themselves slightly. So you have found the dog racing track, or sorry, I should correct myself, the goblin dog racing track here at Thornhurst. If you'd like, you guys can gamble here.
We're on business.
Gamble with our lives as we save these dogs.
So, I have
Yes,
a reoccurring
Michelle.
theme with all my characters.
Gambling
Likes
addiction.
dogs.
No.
Gambles.
Yeah.
I think that's just you.
Well,
That is
it is me, but you also have to realize I again have a tool proficiency in a gaming set. if I didn't have a tool proficiency in a gaming set, I would not make them. But it literally came with my background. I should have had 2 actually, but Kana let me change one of them.
So you're gonna look me in my eyeballs and say that if you didn't have this one proficiency, I would against all the proficiency. I don't want to gamble.
Let me
but
put
I
it this
have
way.
to.
I wouldn't be putting my gambling addiction into a character if they didn't have it.
Right. I will believe you for now.
By the way,
Next character.
the dogs look like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks.
We're saving all of the credits and the Miss Weeches.
How else are we gonna have sous chefs if we don't save Miss Peaches?
I want one. Hey guys, I want one.
Oh no, you're the dog press in this campaign.
I want to hold him like a little baby.
Are they that size?
They're relatively small dogs.
A part of me wishes they were the big ones because the way that Julian picks up Bunny, where it's just like that her little leggies are just dangling.
Armo dog, and the dog's just like. I will say there are some larger ones, but they look to be they're almost like guard dogs to a point, at least for these goblins. And you can see that the goblins who are with the dogs, they appear to be taking very good care of them. So like the dogs are being fed. Like in some cases, the goblins are basically sharing food with their dogs. So like if someone has like a leg of mutton, they're taking a few bites and then handing over a little bit to the dog as well. So the dogs appear to be well fed and well cared for.
Well, dog icing.
I love
Many
that
of
you're
them-
having to pad this so that I'm not like, we are immediately breaking these dogs. You're like, no, they're all taken care of. It's okay. They're happy.
I need to point out it was literally written in for these guys that they do take care of their dogs. The dogs do appear to be appear to have fleas on them, I will say.
Well,
Again,
so do the goblins.
Yes, in fairness, the goblins do as well.
I will
Probably
point
most
out
of
you have a
everything in this
character
place.
in this game who chooses to talk to all the animals, so I will make sure they're okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I have
got
a
you.
Oh, actually, no, I can do it ritually, so.
What
Daisy
spell
would like to have
gets
an
rid of
interview with the
fleas?
winner.
Would prestidigitation work?
Would prestidigitation work? Because they're living creatures, but
It's soiling them.
Parasites are considered a disease in D&D, so
Yeah,
it
Are
would
they-
take,
fleas a
less
parasite?
restoration.
effectively yes. Like we don't want to go too far into this because the further in we go, the more eventually we're gonna go like, well, is bacteria technically a parasite? Like we don't want to go too far into this.
Speak for yourself. I set aside 4 hours today. We've got the time. Thank you.
Rice Krispies.
So prestidigitation will deal with dead fleas. You'll want to use something like remove disease or what have you to get rid of the actual fleas.
You could
At
make
that
them
point.
clean at least.
I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt on all the fleas. Just connect.
The dog is just shaking, standing there shaking.
Technically
So-
speaking, an evocation wizard could fireball them and exclude all the dogs, and that would kill everything. All the parasites.
I spell scalped around the
Guys, this pet care business is really, really aggressive about things, you know?
But really effective. Really
We'll
worth
get rid of your fleas. You can't watch while we get rid of your fleas though, because you're gonna freak out.
Please don't
It'll
freak
be
out.
okay, I promise.
Go to the bathroom with the dog and cast fucking burning hands on your Shih Tzu.
Rudy's
Rudy's like, it's fine. I
I do this with sheep all the time.
Trust in the process.
Now that I
Um,
want to make that a character, fuck.
No. I don't want that.
Okay.
The objective.
Yeah.
We had an
So-
objective.
So is there anything you guys want to do here with the dogs or no?
I want to talk to the dogs. I want to make sure.
You want to
they're
talk to one of the dogs?
Yeah, okay. My problem is I can't actually look at my spell sheet to see if I have a spell slot left for it because I accidentally put all this stuff to. That's why the screen went black. I accidentally put all the stuff to my stuff instead of the watcher for some reason. So I'll fix it on the break, but I can't go look at my spell sheet right now because I can't do anything with my
spells.
I mean, I can also cast it ritually.
I could suggest an alternative. You could wild shape into one of them.
I do have, but then I can't. I'd rather talk to them. Fizzy doesn't like wild shaping that much. She does it if she has to, but she doesn't like doing it.
You do not appear to have any more first levels.
Do I have any? Because I can cast it higher.
You have 2 second level spells. Yeah, you can do that.
I will cast a second level house. Can you mark that for me, please?
Yeah,
I
sure.
will fix this on the break, but I can't fix it now. So she'll cast a second level spell slot. To cast Speak with Animals.
You guys speak with animals, and you kind of make your way over to the fence to look at and talk to the dogs. And you can see that one of them, there's kind of like a brindle-colored one, will kind of look over at you. You can see fleas are like jumping off of its back. It'll look over at you.
She's gonna get down on like her knees. Are you okay?
Hi, I'm good.
Hi, you're good?
Yeah.
What's your name? What's your name?
Tony.
Okay. Do you need anything?
No.
You sure?
Well, water would be nice, but I'm fine right now. Water's over there.
Do they treat you good?
Yes. Yeah, they do.
Do you like doing the running?
Yeah. They always make sure that we have fleas on us. It's good. I'm nice. Happy.
You like the fleas?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, as long as they treat you good. Alright.
I'm gonna go now.
Oh, sure.
And then just runs off.
She just looks over at, I don't know who's standing with her, and she's like, they like it? And they like the fleas? They use the fleas to make them run faster. I don't like that, but they seem happy.
Rot putting Cause back on the It's good to know.
This is why you have somebody who talks at the end. It's like, they seem happy,
Also,
so...
May I just say, good choice of name because all I can think of is, hey, what's your name? Tony! Fuck you, Tony!
Tony! No, don't yell at this Tony. He's just a dog.
Damn
Just a friendly little doggy. So yeah. And also, in fairness to you, if you want to, you can turn into a goblin dog if you so choose.
I don't want to.
Okay.
But I
That's
can
fair.
do that now. It's good to know I can do that now if I need to.
So, would you guys like to go and try to find the shop that was mentioned to you all?
Seems like the next move.
Okay. You guys begin making your way around Thornhurst, traversing between the makeshift alleys and streets, trying to discover where exactly the High Lord is and who the fuck this guy is. It takes some wandering, but eventually you do find what appears to be almost like a collection of like 6 full-size covered wagons that have been just kind of like parked right up next to each other with some wooden planks going between each of them so that people can walk between the carts. And you can you can see that there are people kind of going in and out and talking amongst each other here, and occasionally shouting coming from inside. You do not see a name for the shop, but you can see that there's just a sign out front that says pawn shop.
Suppose this is it.
Yeah, I would imagine this is it. You ready to go in, Cass?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys all like to head into the pawn shop?
Indeed.
Okay. Making your way inside of the pawn shop, you can see right away that it seems to change a little bit once you walk in. The area begins to feel larger than it actually is, and the interior does not look like effectively a wagon caravan that's been kind of clustered together. It looks more like a regular old shop. You see that the floors are made of a nice wood. There's a deep set kind of like pit in the center of the room where there's like almost like a bartending like circular bar set up there. You can see that there are braziers and other spots that have been set up with some tables nearby so people can get warm if they need to. And you can also see that there are also several spots where people are almost like grilling food. You can see that there are shelves and places to buy things, but you would not describe this as a pawn shop to anybody in any way, shape, or form. It's almost like a restaurant that also sells stuff and buys stuff.
I don't know.
You have a Cracker Barrel in this world?
Oh no, I made Cracker Barrel.
Call it Kraken Barrel.
No, I'm good.
I mean,
Gotta get the 1-2 in there.
what type of Kraken? Is it
The
like the drug,
Kraken.
or is it the sea monster?
The Kraken, because I mispronounced Cracker Barrel for years.
Crack and barrel. Oh boy.
Yeah, like you crack pepper.
Yeah, crack. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys like to do now that you wandered into this place? You can see that there are plenty of tables open for people to sit in. There's a spot where you can buy some drinks. You got plenty of options, bud.
Definitely nicer than the bar we were just.
By all means, yes, it is better than the bar than you were just in. Would any of you like to roll a perception check out of curiosity? Oh, Michelle, Darius? Has a cat wandered into the room, Jess? Which one?
I rolled an 11. No, a 12. But still not good.
Phantom, got it. How is it that we recognize that hand sign as
This is the Phantom of the Opera.
Because that's what she was named
Oh my
after.
god!
Okay.
Half of her face is orange and half of her
Yeah.
face is black.
Like the Phantom.
That's why she got named Phantom.
18 plus 4 for 22.
18 plus 4. Michelle, what'd you get?
12.
12? Alright.
Yeah.
Darius, you got a 15?
I got 15. I'm in the middle.
Okay. Becca, did you roll?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Beep.
There we go.
Oh,
19.
19.
So you guys would be looking around and you'll see that it looks like there is a kind of enforced rule to this place. You can see everyone here appears to be acting cordially. There are not many fights happening, or if there are any, they're stopped pretty quick. You will see that there is like an armed guard force that are kind of like acting as bouncers, for lack of a better term. So anyone who starts the fight is very quickly grabbed by the scruff of the neck and pitched out.
We're in a club.
You're effectively in a club, yes. But you will also see that doing what appears to be the actual business of buying and selling things, there's this short, kind of rotund-looking tabaxi. Black coloration, big, bright yellow eyes, and you can see that this guy is basically looking at things that people are bringing to him, some of which are very clearly stolen in your eyes, Kaz, because you can't see any reason why someone would be walking around with, like, a nice gilded chalice in this fucking shithole town, unless they stole it and were selling it here.
It is a pawn shop after all.
It is effectively a pawn shop. Yeah, exactly.
And
So-
it's very difficult to sell anything anywhere else in this town.
Yep. So you can see that he is effectively looking over goods that have been stolen or what have you. He's kind of bargaining with folks, setting up a deal, and then you'll hand over the money. You'll tell him to get lost. But judging by everything, that looks like the guy who's doing most of the business work around here. There are a few people who are here who are doing like smaller things, cooking, cleaning, getting drinks, but that looks like the head honcho.
I suppose we should go over to have a chat.
It's up to you all. Okay.
Other people, if you don't want to, you can still look around the shop. If anybody does want to.
Busy will look around the shop because this is not really her area, so she's gonna just have a lucky look.
Gonna look around the shop with Fizzy.
Same hat.
Same hat? Okay. So, Kaz, Tana, and Granny. I'm assuming you three are going to go speak with this fellow?
Mm-hmm.
You guys walk up to the tabaxi, who has just finished up doing business, and he'll look up at you three and go, "Hello there! Nice to talk to you all. How can I help you?"
Hey, we're looking for a former business associate of a father, uncle, Darwin's uncle. Someone called the High Lord.
Yeah, that's me. So what is it? Come on.
Do you know someone called Don Dermo?
Who's asking?
Granny kind of like gently elbows Kaz, like, go.
God. I'm his niece.
Oh. You're the little fuck.
What?
You were a lot smaller when I last saw you. You know that?
I don't have
you
any
broke
memory.
my fucking tail.
Oh, definitely don't have any memory of that.
Granny hides.
Well, guess it's nice to see you all grown up. So, what the fuck is Dawn looking for?
He got arrested.
He got arrested?
He did.
He was out of the job. Why the fuck was he arrested?
I think he's being a fall guy for somebody.
Alright, that doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck would he be a fall guy?
Look, the reason why we're here is because we're trying to look for answers, okay? I don't know who the fuck would even... I don't know. I think someone was trying to impersonate Dawn.
Alright. Well, not here for normal business. Let's find ourselves a table to sit at. Go over there, I'll meet up with you in a sec. And he'll point to a table to tell you guys to go and take a seat at.
Clearly this isn't a Cracker Barrel because we would be spending 30 more minutes in the shop before we were seated.
Yes. So, directing you three away to go and take a seat, Rot, Darius, and Fizzy, you guys are peering around the actual business themselves, trying to see what you can find here.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, to be fair, 50% was nosing, the other 50% was Deos doesn't want Fizzy wandering off by herself. She looks very susceptible to scams.
also fair. Looking around this place, is there anything in particular you guys are looking for, or are you just doing the regular old, like, I'm perusing and looking at stuff with nothing in particular in mind?
Do you know how God can touch things and know if they're magical or old? I feel like Deos would point at random things and go, is that magical?
No.
Is that?
No.
You're not touching it.
It's a broom.
It could be a flying broom. You don't know that.
You're so right. No.
The broom
It's
starts
very-
sweeping. The broom starts sweeping on its own.
Fantasia.
So, looking around in the shop, you would see that there's an assortment of all kinds of things. Very clearly, a lot of the kind of chintzy and less expensive things, they're not guarded or protected in any way, shape, or form. Like there's nothing. It's not a little not in a case. There's not a guard nearby. They're just kind of there. So you can say there's an entire wall of what looks to be strange objects that were probably stolen from maybe an alchemist's lab or something. Small critters that are floating in what looks like formaldehyde, stuff like that. Maybe an odd assortment of stuff that are like bad quality ingredients, things that you really don't want to try to use because it could be a terrible idea for your potions. But there are a few things that are very clearly less cheap here. Like there are what appears to be what looks to be like an armband that's been set off on a shelf nearby. It looks like it would fit around your wrist. And then there's like these 3 slots where it looks like something could get inserted into it. It's very clearly magical because it is inside of a glass case and there's a guard right nearby, but you're not entirely sure what it does. On top of that, there are a few other things that are more typical. Enchanted swords that have nice gilding and patterning on them. Bits of armor and stuff like that. There's an entire assortment of rings, some of which may be magical, some of which are just shiny. But there are all sorts of things here in the shop. If you'd like to know what specific things do, you may need to talk to High Lord.
Well, we know he's distracted right now with Kaz, and I don't want to interrupt their conversation with, hey, what's this thing do?
What's this button do?
It's true.
I have a little bit more social decorum than that.
This character does, at least.
Yeah, and this one, yeah.
Can I walk up to the guard?
Sure.
That's like guarding the bracelet.
Yep, you see it's just a dwarven fellow. He's just sitting there with like a hammer sitting next to him. He's just kind of leaning on the wall.
Have to.
That. It's for poisons.
Oh, Yaris.
He was following physics. She doesn't.
She doesn't. I mean, she knows.
Yeah.
I've got
What?
decent perception, so.
Poison?
Yeah, it's for poisons. Don't look at me. I don't sell them. I just protect them. I know that much. The boss would know.
You have social decorum. Guess what? I don't. Walks over to the guy.
What? Oh, yeah, a customer. Look, I'm gonna be a bit busy, so let's make the question quick.
Is that me?
Yes.
What's that bracelet do?
Oh, okay. It will make a poison that is put into it automatically apply itself onto a weapon. If you load up the 3 vials with different poisons. If you just put 1 poison into it and then put in 2 empty vials on either side, it'll give it so that the poison can be used 3 times instead of just once.
That can be also used on ammunition, right?
Just the poison can be used on ammunition. Nothing else? Good. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work. And he'll go back to trying to talk to Darius and the rest. Darius, sorry, Kaz and the rest.
Character.
Wrong purple character. Kaz, Granny, and Tana. The short tabaxi kind of climbs his way up onto a stool at the table with you guys and goes, all right, so what's the whole situation?
Well, he's currently locked up right now. I forgot where because I don't have a good perception. Ingadon. And he's taking a fall for, I'm assuming, somebody who could shapeshift.
Okay. So he's taking a fall for someone who can shapeshift, and why? What's he taking the fall for?
The person that was shapeshifting stole something from at the estate.
The Reyes estate.
The Reyes estate. So
he's taking a fall for some theft. That's it.
yeah, it doesn't seem like he would do that, but
No, there's no point in taking a fall for that. He's still got a bounty out on him. He's still wanted. For him to take a fall for something like that, it'd just be stupid.
I don't know. He literally just says to not trust anybody, so I don't even know what to do.
Person made sure that the now owner of the estate saw Dawn's appearance as they were running away.
They made sure to get spotted as Dawn.
Went out of their way to do it.
Do you know exactly what this guy did? Like, what did they do when they were there at the estate?
Some sort of chemical, I believe it was, to break through a bunch of concrete, steal a pretty sizable box, and then run away with it. Something that no one else in the place knew except for the late owner.
Do you know if they talked to Dawn at all?
The last time I checked with the tracks, when they left the estate as Dawn, the theft was visited Dawn's tent, like the last thing, and then headed off on a horse. So briefly, yes, they did interacted.
See, the problem is I don't know if Dawn knew anybody who was like a changeling or something like that. He did, but they're dead. He knew of a few, and they died in the process of the job. That was before he decided to leave the work, though. So can't be any of them. It's not anyone he owes. Who else is there? You said he's got a tent. What's he doing now? Or what was he doing?
I have no clue. I mean, obviously he's just doing his ice cream job, but I don't know what he was doing in his tent the last time I checked.
Sells ice cream?
Yes! What do you
Why is he
expect?
selling ice cream?
It's pretty good.
That doesn't answer my question. Why is he selling ice cream?
Don't ask what he wants to do with his life. That's what he wanted to do.
Okay, so he's traveling around selling ice cream on his own. Why? What's the fucking point of that?
Not
And
on
he's
his
not-
own.
No, he's with the circus. Or the carnies, technically.
Wait, so he's traveling with a circus?
Yes.
Were you part of the circus?
Yes. With my
What about
mother.
you?
Yes.
Oh, that makes no sense.
What makes more sense?
Well, I don't know anyone he's got who would be able to call in a favor like that. To take a fall. I don't know anyone who would do that. But if someone decided to threaten his family, then he would take a fall.
That was what I was thinking. But I had no idea who would do that.
I couldn't tell you on the who. best I could do is see if I can dig up more information on what was there and was stolen. Do you have details on where it was contained, what it was contained in, stuff like that?
That, if you could dig up information on that, that would be very helpful. It could lead us to the why it was stolen and working backwards. Figure out who wants it.
I believe Darius knows the most about that.
All right. Find me this Darius chick then.
Darius!
She's got her face, like, looking hard at this point. What?
Here.
Yeah. And she'll come over. What? I was looking at Shanice.
Yeah, I sell them. You're the Darius lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you know about what was stolen that got Dawn arrested?
Been there about 20-ish years. No one knows what put it in there. Every person who was involved with the process has pretty much died. Or had a horrible misfortune fall upon them. Box must have been made of something that could conceal magic items, so at least a couple inches thick of whatever it was made of. Seemed pretty heavy. The shape they took before they took Dawn's shape was able to lift it. So whatever it was must have been pretty weighty.
So he takes out like a small scrap of paper and he starts writing on it. So box-shaped object, only what? Foot long, couple inches thick? Sorry, couple inches wide, something like that?
Yeah.
All right, something that size can't hide magic unless they're using something like lead. So right away, box is probably made of lead or some other material.
It also would have had to been sturdy enough like lead in order to not get exploded with the rest of it, because it was...
Or get crushed by the concrete that was put on it.
Yeah, it was permafrost of some sort that they used to explode it.
So strong enough to manage to hold up to elements. Pretty sturdy looking box then. If I were you all, I'd be keeping an eye out for some kind of a lead box, very thick, very sturdy, well made. Probably some kind of mastercraft, to be honest with you. If I was to guess, I'd say there might be a seal on it if you're lucky, but who knows? Whoever was able to lift it, they had to be strong enough to lift something that was strong enough to survive all of that. So let's assume the box is fairly heavy, at least 10 plus pounds, which that at least means it's not a weaker person. And changelings, if you are right, and this is a changeling, they can't hide their actual physical strength. So whoever this is actually fairly strong. So, fairly strong individual, probably a changeling, was able to lift something that is fairly awkward. Some kind of a very well-made lead box. Don't know what's in it, though. Been there for at least 20-something years?
Yeah, because they did the construction on the roof right after his daughter was born. So 20-ish years.
Okay, he writes
Mother
it down.
died around the same time.
Right, that could be relevant. Writes that down. Mom died, kid born, addition made. Suddenly this is done. So something happened around that time.
Pretty much everyone who worked on putting it in there has either had great misfortune fall upon them or are dead.
So either... Okay. So in that case, anyone who could have known about it or did know about it can no longer know about it. So either it's something that the dead guy. It's either something he knew about and really didn't want people to figure out, or he was given it by someone who really didn't want other people to find out about it.
One more thing.
No?
There was no signs of the person climbing down. Seemed like they jumped down.
How
Yeah,
high
they-
up was
they-
this?
That's
Few
pretty high.
stories.
With a heavy object like that, it's not an easy fall to take.
They also climbed the roof too.
So this is someone who's used to working with heights in some way.
Pretty much.
So either you're dealing with a pretty decent thief, or someone who's just used to working in higher environments. Not many mountain climbers up here, though. So
Could have used magic to fall a bit more lightly.
could have. Really, magic of some sort could have done it. That should have left some kind of residue, though, or some kind of faint presence. So it's also possible he could have just taken the fall and rolled.
Aye.
Because, of course, the police have been useless. They already got who they thought it was. They didn't dig very hard. It was quite easy to figure out it wasn't. It was a changeling. The footsteps changed. Or someone who can shapeshift. And they didn't use a spell. It would have to be innate. Kitsune
Yeah.
also can shape change, but I don't know
If the
much.
If the Kitsune went back to their original form, though, then they'd be leaving pretty noticeable footprints.
Yeah.
So let's go on the side of Changeling.
I think Kana would also know about Kitsune as they originally filmed the.
Yes, you would know.
Also, she would be able to say, they also don't wear normal shoes.
They
Don't
can't.
fit on their feet.
So you'd have a barefoot thief. So the footprints you would have seen, no matter what, they would have been bare feet.
They weren't. The footsteps clearly changed.
Probably a Changeling then. No, why'd you make Dawn Fall Guy?
You kept saying it and Jill thought of the cursedness.
Oh, I hate it.
You did that surprisingly quickly.
It's also
I didn't have to
impressive how
draw.
quickly you did that.
There is something else that might be related. There's been a group called the Family that has been attacking a caravan for a while. Dale don't know why. Could be any
mean-
number of reasons. But could possibly be related.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you on that one.
Connor, this is an out of character question,
Sure.
but when it comes to shape-shifting, do they actually keep the uniform, or do they somehow are they still wearing the uniform that whenever they transform?
They
As
were
a
still
change.
wearing Dawn's clothes.
Even if they weren't taking the form of Dawn?
So, changelings can change their form, they cannot change their clothes.
Yeah.
In
So
general, any sort of shape change, if the new form accommodates whatever they're previously wearing or carrying, it stays. If it doesn't accommodate that, it melds into the new form.
Yep.
That's why Haru got the glamour studded leather armor in last campaign, so that he could change that.
So basically, the person was wearing Dawn's clothes, or something like Dawn's clothes.
that's so weird.
It is, especially because, and I'll point this out to you because it's a very small detail, but now that you're asking about it, Dawn wasn't missing any clothing,
No, he wasn't. Exactly.
which means someone made a copy of Dawn's clothes.
I'm just asking this because I play a changeling in a different game. So, because when I keep in mind as a changeling, my clothes don't change. I had to steal somebody's clothes to take that form when I disguised them. So, it's just weird to me that they just somehow had Dawn's uniform ready by the time they stole the item.
Or something that looked like the back of his clothes. because the front wasn't seen.
Kaz,
Hmm.
how long had you guys been planning to go to the Reyes estate?
I
This
mean,
wasn't
I'm.
it certainly was not like a recent development. Like, you weren't contacted a day or like a few days ago. This is at least like a few weeks in advance. You guys were hired on.
Mm-hmm.
So a few weeks, you think, maybe a month.
I guess like a month before the Reyes state party happened, but like I said, I'm not the party planner.
That means whoever was doing this had a month to plan to do this. Because they clearly had Don already in mind if they were going to his place to tell him, and they had a uniform already ready. This was someone who had planned to make him take the fall, and had time to prepare. It wasn't spur of the moment. They knew they were going to use Dawn.
I don't like the idea of that.
Wait, but we're able to even steal anything. It's like I'm assuming by this point she's like wandered over into this conversation.
Yeah, you're
because,
fine. You're fine.
Okay, like they would have to have planned for, because they were only able to even take anything because of the distraction, right?
It's possible they were going to make it a snatch and grab at first. And then you just became the perfect distraction. Who knows?
Convenience.
You also used the party to let out the elemental.
Let's face it, that whole few days there was the perfect time to cause chaos.
To be honest, I think that she's at least partially right. I think it was more so that they were just waiting for the best chance to do it. And then the best chance showed up. So, yeah. That's reassuring, I guess.
That's what I would have done. Especially if it was worth something. You don't want to leave that sort of thing to chance.
The weirdest thought. I don't
What?
know if it's right. Which is, what if it's just the mother's body in that box?
It could be.
Couldn't be a body. It'd have to be ashes. It's a lot of work to go through to steal a fucking urn, though.
Or something that her family had or something that was cursed. I mean,
Previous Roy wanted vampires or something.
I'm not a very smart person, I'll be honest with you, but it feels weird to me that it happened. Like that it was buried after the mom died. Right? Is that what, like,
Anna,
Yeah.
what do I know about vampires?
Roll Arcane.
I'd ask Jill, but they had to go to the bathroom.
That's true.
Especially because Arcana is not my strongest suit.
Yep.
I
Hey,
know
it's
it was
pretty
17 on the die, though. It's 21.
Pretty decent chunk. Vampires are a interesting breed. Mostly because when people say vampire, they are thinking of one thing. Pale skin, long teeth, typically reddish colored eyes. The thing is about vampires is that there are different families of vampire, which is just their way of saying that it's a different breed, a different kind. So the way that those vampires then pass on vampirism changes from group to group to group. In some cases, it's a bite or a scratch. In other cases, it's a curse. Like literally there's a magic ritual you'd have to go through. And others, it's sex-based, where it is passed along genetically. But vampires are ultimately, they're almost always weak to sunlight. They almost always consume blood or flesh in some way, shape, or form. And a vast majority of them will tend to become evil in some way, shape, or form just because of what they need. A lot of them kind of need to eat something humanoid to stay sated. So even a vampire in the best of circumstances, they could, like, they will need to eat humanoid blood or humanoid flesh in some way, shape, or form.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, staking a vampire will kill them.
In a vast majority of cases, yes.
What happens if you just remove the heart?
If you just take out a vampire's heart, and, well, let's put it this way. If you are able to remove just a vampire's heart, first off, good on you. Second, in a weaker vampire, so one that is not as close to the initial beginning of the bloodline, they'll die. In a stronger vampire that is closer to the very first bloodline, they will probably still be alive. There are... Actually, you rolled pretty well, so I'll give you this. Let me pull up the page. There are rumors of vampires that would go all the way back to before the schism. And with that idea, there's of course the question of, well, what if one of them survived? And that has basically come up with the idea of an Anthropterian vampire. A vampire that is basically so old, they were there before the schism, before the gods left, and they are possibly some of the very first vampires to exist. Something like that. You don't think you've ever really heard or seen writings of them being killed? Granted, there's not a lot of writing of that in the first place, but like, if we're going purely by theory, that thing could still be alive or just need to get put back together.
In theory, doesn't have much evidence. You put a vampire's body parts in a box. That was a stronger vampire. It would survive. Holding something's essential body parts would be great blackmail. Again, there's no real evidence for this. This is just loose conjecture.
But it would be a good way to keep people on a leash. Either by saying, you don't get this unless you cooperate, or by saying, we'll put this back together if you don't cooperate.
Loose conjecture. There's no solid basis, but enough that it's a thought.
It is.
It also explain why he would keep a stake so close to his office.
It could.
I don't know. That's all I got.
I think I'm gonna have to do some more digging here. So what's gonna happen is this. I'm gonna start digging into some family history on these guys. These Reyes's, or whatever they're called. I want to find out exactly how successful they were, how well off they were before the mother died. Because I'm curious if something happened around then. I'm also going to be trying to keep an eye out for any mention of a box being sold that matches up with what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be asking around and having people look for it. You guys are gonna be actually on the ground looking for stuff. So, with that being said, you guys need to pay much more attention than I do. Look for the box. If you can dig up information on the Reyes's, that'd be great. But I'm gonna be doing that anyways.
I heard Rongi probably has quite a bit of information on them. Has been working there for a while.
Problem with the Fisher that you got over there is that he's good at his job, but he's also only just started his job. He's
Also,
been there-
like 200-year turtle.
The old man, that old man might be a better source of information for you. Problem is getting him to talk. You're around that long, you get stubborn, you don't want to talk about shit.
If you
And Rangi-
compliment him, he talks a bit more.
True. But the problem is that Rangi's not been there long enough. He's not in the know. They're not going to tell him stuff. I'll keep in contact with you all. What? Sorry, go.
I was just gonna say, this is an old family, right?
The Reyeses?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm assuming so.
I don't know either. I'm not from here. I'm from
He
underground.
was a folk hero, wasn't he?
Wouldn't there be? I think people would mention like books and stuff, right?
Possible you could find the book on him.
Rot, you would be good at finding that out, maybe. You're good with books.
But reading the book, finding the book, not necessarily in my wheelhouse.
It require talking to people.
Alright, well, no need for a target attack. You're right, but
It's me, maybe
I'm-
I can talk to someone to give me a book.
Either way, I'm gonna give you something to keep in contact with me. First I gotta find the thing. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Look around the store. If you want to buy something, buy something. I'll be back.
How much is the poison thing?
1,000 gold.
You found your one.
Well, 1,000 gold, and then the other part I can give to Asher to get that fucking gun.
Yeah. Again, my item wasn't even like 1,000. Mine was like 350.
Well, I
I don't
had
have an item, so
I
I'm
had
perfectly fine.
money.
Cool
How much?
puncher. That
I
little
had 200 gold, so I
capelet
only need
thing.
to spend 800 of what I was given.
I want that little capelet thing for Fizzy.
Did we already split the platinum money?
No.
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 Okay.
We will.
That's it. I haven't put it in my inventory, so I wanted to make sure no one else had.
Same. Yeah.
It was tail end of last session, so
Yeah.
haven't
I want
really
that
done
little
it yet.
capelet thing.
We can discuss that over break or after the session or whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll quickly discuss that during break.
Yeah.
So, actually, right now is a good time for that. So,
Yeah.
with
Okay.
High Lord wandering off to go find something so you guys can reach out to him, you guys begin perusing around the shop, looking at the options, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes after we take a quick break.
Alright. And we're back.
And we're back. So, you guys have been perusing around the store a little bit. At least one of you has noticed something that you were interested in. Darius, you were looking at the little bracelet, correct?
You know how kids get at stores where they have their nose pressed against the glass?
Uh-huh.
She's one step away from that.
Ugh.
Caused so much chaos.
And let me make sure I make this little item here. I saw Google appear for a second on stream.
Got it. I clicked the wrong window. Don't worry
Why'd
about
I
it.
see Google?
Don't worry
Not
about
sponsored.
yeah, Google's gonna sponsor a fucking Twitch stream.
I mean, they sponsor YouTubers.
Hey Google, sponsor us. We won't talk you up.
Also, Michelle, make sure
Give
you're
us
not
money.
muted as well.
it. Huh?
Make sure you're not muted as well.
I'm not. Am I not? Can you not hear me?
Cody will tell us
I
in a
wasn't before. I think it was just because you were a bit too far from your mic.
Okay.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, I'm quickly pulling up the page. I just heard a phone.
Sorry, that's fine.
Great. Oh my god!
You understand, my VTuber is literally through my phone, so it's like
Okay.
I cannot turn it off right now.
It's just me, like, I always try to be, like, really attentive, like, during most streams. I hear a small noise and my brain goes, what was that?
Sorry about the Google thing showing up. I was Xing it out. Anyway.
Cat mode activated. Slight noise.
Cat mode. That's just me every day. Yeah. So you would see that it is a bracer with 3 slots. They're effectively like rings where it looks like a vial could be pushed in. The metal itself appears to be made of some kind of a slight purplish tinted metal with a slight ring-like pattern in it, while the vial holders appear to be something like silver. There are currently no poisons placed inside of it, but as of now, High Lord will start to make his way back over here. He's going to see you looking at that and go, "Oh, right, yeah, you were asking about that. So, are you interested in buying it?"
Possibly.
All right.
Jesus. Sorry. Hold on.
I don't know what that was.
One of the cats chased another cat in here and scared the shit out.
Oh.
I don't know where she went. Hi, baby.
All right. So, I don't know where that cat came from. So, I call that Venom Rhapsody. I gave you a rough explanation at one point. Basically, if you have several vials inserted, you can choose which one gets put onto the weapon in question. If you only put 1 vial in and then 2 empty vials, you can make that 1 vial last for those 3 poisons in question. You can only do that once a week, though. Bear that in mind.
Once a week is in the 3 being expended, or once a week is in all 3?
The once a week is the 1 poison into 3 doses. That's once a week. But just being able to be like poison, 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 I choose 3 instead of 2, and just doing that immediately. That's whenever.
Alright. I don't want to spend all of my money immediately, but I do have an idea. Because you guys let her walk away with this, she'll pull out the needle that has the purple worm poison and go, "How much would you want for this to trade for it? This is purple worm poison. I'll do a lot of heavy lifting on hurting someone."
I don't know. It's already on a needle, so it's not exactly like the best situation for me. I can't really do much else with it, except leave it on the needle.
Set it on a trap. That's where we found it.
I'm sure I could give it to someone to put it on a trap, but that's kind of limiting for the guy that's gonna buy it from me. You can make a persuasion check if you'd like.
Yeah, might as well. If not, I've got another guy who would buy it. 16.
I mean, sure, I could definitely take it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to price it the same I would with a normal vial of it, but I can take it. I'll give you 500 for it.
I'll hand him the vial and go, who has the money?
Are you gonna buy Venom Rhapsody?
Yeah, because I only have to pay 500 for an item that's usually 1,000.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Connor, I'm trading up. That's what I've been doing almost the entire time we've been here, if you haven't noticed.
Gotcha.
Either like Asher or Kaz has the money.
No, Asher has the money.
Asher.
Yeah.
You
We're
are
just gonna-
provided the funds.
You do not want Kaz to have the money.
I know.
That's fair. You know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm just
we're just
gonna-
keeping track of what we're spending, and we'll subtract
Yeah.
it when we divvy up the gold later.
Yeah. I'll just, on my inventory, put it in the platinum. I'll put, like, minus 500 gold.
Yeah. I think unless otherwise stated, Asher is assumed to be holding the money and Tana is assumed to be holding the bag of holding.
Okay. So let me quickly punch up the item card for this because it does have a little illustration I made. So give me a half a second. While this is occurring, anybody else looking through High Lord's goods here or no?
Might be glancing.
Granny's browsing, but she's not necessarily looking at stuff. It's just filling the time.
I already deleted the purple worm poison from my sheet, so.
Gotcha. It's gone.
Could I sell a few things?
Absolutely. What are you looking to sell to me?
She pulls out, I'm gonna look at the description again, which I think I wrote down, the Kenku's charm made of bone thing.
I forgot you had that.
I forgot. You
stole-
stole from White Crown.
I know!
Probably important to him.
Yeah, but I can't return it, can I? Anyway, and also, a bolt of cloth, which I found from the Reyes estate, I believe.
Nope, you also stole that from White Crown.
I also stole that from Mike. Okay, you know, yeah, I feel bad, but also I can't just.
Alright, I'm
go
a
to
thief.
Mike. What do you want me to do?
Helps.
Return? Listen, can I sell
It's
these or not?
So you will present these two items to High Lord, and he'll look them over and go, "The fuck is this shit?"
Oh, look,
Well,
I
it's
have no idea.
It's interesting, I guess. The cloth is weird. I don't really think I've ever seen something like that before. I'll pay a good chunk for that. This is weird. I'll give you 50 gold for the bone charm, and I think I'll give you like 350 for the weird bolt of cloth.
Okay.
All right. Here, 400 gold. Here you go. He'll just hand you a little baggie.
And the gold tooth almost if you want to hold on to that for some reason.
It's up to you, dude.
The gold tooth? I don't
Yeah,
think
remember
I have
you
that.
You guys found a gold tooth in that elven catacomb.
Remember, Tana found it separate from the rest of the treasures, so it wasn't in the initial list, so you didn't sell it with all the treasures from there.
I mean, I guess we could sell that one, so it doesn't look weird selling it at other pawn shops that is not this town. So,
I'll buy a gold tooth. I'll buy your grandmother's leg if you got it.
okay, one, my grandmother's dead, and two, that's kind of gross that you want to buy a gold tooth from. I don't know who had a gold tooth, but
I don't either. But I also just bought a bone charm from you, and I don't know whose bone that was.
Do you want it or not?
Yes, I want it. 25 gold. I'll buy the damn tooth.
Okay. How does my uncle put up with you?
He acted very differently when he ran with me than he did when you were being grown up. Trust me.
When you were being grown up, I love.
Oh god.
So, You can add 425 gold to your inventory from all the things that you have sold. There are a few things I will point out are still available that you have, such as that gilded pepper box that you have.
I think Asher has.
Asher has that one.
inventory.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did wanted to ask about, since you knew of Don and his previous work, about the previous ruler from Thornhurst.
Yeah, the King Dick. Yeah.
What? Do you know what happened to the previous
Oh,
ruler?
he's dead. He's dead.
How would you know?
Oh, I'm sure of it. I always keep my ear to the ground. It's part of the job. I just listen, try to figure out what's happened. He's totally fucking dead. Which, not a big deal. I mean, it happens all the time. Someone probably just got tired of him or wanted his job, and they took his job. So, oh well.
Did Don do like a few of odd jobs for them?
Oh
Or
yeah.
what?
Oh yeah, Don did plenty of weird jobs. Did plenty for the king too.
Was it
Eventually
mostly thievery or?
effectively. And he was given basically some kind of like a memorandum or a notice or a letter or something like that. It basically said that he was not gonna be able to get in trouble for shit, because they said so. You know. I mean, not very useful right now, clearly, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, he is still locked up.
Yep. Oh, right. That reminds me. Even if he had used that, like, or tried to use that around the time as the king dying, yeah, it wouldn't really matter. Like, no matter what, someone still was going to have to honor that. And if they had found out that someone had gone against him even with that, whoever had done that would have gotten in a shit ton of trouble. So, if they were willing to ignore that letter, they must not be scared. But that's on them.
Oh. That's a frightening thought to say.
Hey, it's their decision, not mine. But yeah, anything else you guys need to sell to me or buy from me? Yes.
Can I show you a picture real quick and ask if you've seen this person?
Sure.
And she'll show him the picture that the fortune teller gave her a while ago.
Okay, so you hand over this kind of like almost like a minimalist silhouette, like a black and white silhouette.
The best I got.
Let me see. I'll check my. I don't know. I guess I'll check my Rolodex or something. Hold on.
This man looks like the Garfield plushie.
He looks like the Garfield plushie, but he's jet black.
He looks like the Garfield plushie.
The eyes are just as hot.
The eyes are the exact same. The same horrible
Eyes is
dead
bad
eyes.
horror.
Eyes and jowls.
Just gotta hope Houdini doesn't steal your entire chair while you're gone.
Well, it makes
If
sense
Kate
why the
ever
primary
hears that I
foods-
did a character like this, I am gonna be executed by about 15 New Yorkers.
That's fine.
It makes sense why the primary food sold at the restaurant was lasagna.
Dead eyes.
Horrible dead eyes.
What a
Just
horrible,
yellow.
what a horrible face.
He's perfect.
He has a haunted one background.
Haunted one back. Yep.
out.
The whole thing, the whole like the look, the whole everything about the guy. What are you doing to that doll? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Mind your business. First of all, I'm in the shop now. Mind your fucking business.
God. It's genuinely impressive how tight you can grip that fucking thing's neck.
Oh my
God!
He's gonna pop his head off. No.
Even more impressive.
There's not enough stuffing, I think.
One
Jesus.
hit. That just shows how deep
Your hatred of him?
my hatred of him runs.
I will never forget the day that me and Becca checked on Discord and saw who said this to me. It was
That's what
wrapped
it
on
is.
my porch like a bomb.
The best thing is, I knew it was coming.
I didn't know when.
He was
Yeah.
vacuum sealed into a bag. So the first thing I saw was that, but only that. Oh, my headphones came unplugged. Oh, look, going back to the Matrix.
I'll plug you back in, don't worry.
He's horrid. He sucks. He's haunted.
Yeah, he's
You just
terrible.
scared a cat, because
I did scare a cat. It's Phantom.
I have a phantom.
Oh.
Oh.
Houdini's right here.
Yeah, Houdini is taking up most of your chair.
I
Again.
need the blanket.
Yeah,
I want to pet you.
right there.
Oh. A surprise cat inside.
It's my baby.
So, like, the whole thing, this guy's whole thing, like, there's something about it that maybe I do recognize. I think they're like a detective or something. I couldn't fucking tell you where, but like, I know they've taken jobs down here in the south somewhere. But that's definitely that's like some detective guy.
Detective trying to find a detective. Great.
Yeah. You're a detective?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm not
No,
a
I don't
clean
need. I don't need
Don't
any.
worry.
I don't need any work done. So like, I don't know, making conversation.
one. That's fine. I'm not gonna turn anyone into the cop, so like,
You a cop? Legally, you have to tell me.
You have to tell me if you're a cop legally.
I've gotten cops thrown behind bars, it's fine.
You've never seen anyone that looks like me, right?
No, not really.
Okay.
Well, shouldn't say that. There was like some fella that kind of wandered into town, like really badly burned. You know,
When?
I don't really know. I heard about it. I didn't see it.
Who told you about it?
I don't know. It was some fucking guy. It was just some. Look, it's not. I don't pay attention to stuff like that. All right, like some weird burden dude is not really my business.
Okay, that's fine. I guess. I'm looking for someone. Looks like
Okay. Okay. Look, yeah, go give the job to Rufio or something like that. I'm sure they can find some damn information.
Oh, who's your
Fisher. Fish hook on thumb. That's what it's the whole like identifying feature.
We met Rufio earlier. I can show you him.
But anything else you guys need to buy here or sell here or anything like that? No?
Without knowing what any magical stuff does, can't say that I have any interest.
That's fair. Most of it's not magical though, it's just shiny. So I'm a pawn shop, all right? You want magical goods, you'll have to go back into the actual city.
Right?
So, if that's the case, then I'm gonna start doing my thing and digging around for information. You guys try to find stuff on that box. You know, good luck. But aside from that, there's nothing else. I'm gonna go keep doing business. Get yourselves some drinks, some food or something, and adios.
Do you want us to come back maybe like a few days after, or are you gonna contact
right.
us?
Yeah, but right, the thing. I was supposed to give you a thing. Right. Okay, look, so this is a sending stone. It's only used for contacting me, though. I had a special made for guys who needed to do work for me. This is different, but you know what? Take it anyways. If you gotta talk to me, you can. Here you go.
I should probably have it.
I'll take the sending stone.
There you go. You can basically use it to walkie-talkie, have a conversation with High Lord whenever you want.
Can't wait to annoy this man.
Well, sending stones have limited per day usage, so.
Oh no, I don't go with that rule for sending stones. I
What
just
is
I
it?
just allow it to be used whenever.
Oh,
I love it. Walkie.
Well,
talkie.
which I mean, it's fair for Cody to bring that up because that is the actual rule for sending stone. But in this case, I don't care.
This is more fun.
Yeah, I consider it more fun.
This just means Kaz now has a way to contact a pawn shop wherever. You have a contact in the city.
What are you buying? So, you guys begin wandering right on out of High Lord's pawn shop. Anything else you guys need to do inside the city, or you want to get going?
I was gonna take Fizzy to Rufio real quick to ask about her sibling.
And also, I do think there are a couple things in, like, my thing is in this city, is in Thornhurst.
Yes, you're talking about Nature's Mantle. Yep, you can buy that for 350 gold.
As it's Ash's
Nope,
tank.
325 gold. I apologize.
Even better.
The tank Ash was looking at is also here, so.
Yeah, but
That's
I assume that can be done off stream since.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out after. I'll go. I'm sure Granny's with me, and Granny will
Yes.
handle money for me. So
I will count out the money.
Connor, can you add that to my sheet, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Then we can go talk to his reviewer.
I would like to tag along for that. Since I'm being asked to help find the sibling, I should probably get that information.
The more the merrier.
What?
Oh, that little kitty is
Did she
angry.
hiss?
Hiss at me.
Oh, she does
Oh.
not want to be up there.
Hey.
Oh. Little angry kitty. So by the way, Darius, I am adding Ven and Rhapsody to your sheet.
Attunement
And-
slot, correct?
It is an attunement slot.
Just wanted
Yep.
to check.
That's a lot.
The Nature's Mantle,
I'm assuming it is because it doesn't smell. So
I will have to double check because I genuinely don't remember.
okay. It doesn't matter.
Let's see. Items.
Attunement by Druid Arranger.
Thank you, Cody.
That's fine.
So I'll get that onto your sheet as well. While that is doing its thing, you guys begin making your way over to Rufio, your friendly fisher. He will look over at you guys and go, "Anything I could do to help you guys?"
People, maybe you can find people.
I can maybe find someone, yeah.
Okay. I'm looking for my sibling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She looks like me, and
Mhm.
I've been told that that's very unusual.
It is. There's not a lot of people like you wandering around. But, you know, there are still some. So
Anyone?
I can certainly try to look around and see if I can find anyone like that. Ask around. Fair warning, stuff like that's going to take some time. And of course, this is Thornhurst. So if we get going and we disappear for a bit, you're going to have to wait until we set up shop again.
Fine.
Look,
I understand.
it's the way it is over here. And at the end of the day, while it may be a pain in the ass in that regard, it also means that I can go wherever I need to find information. So,
No, it seems like everyone. I can't get in touch with anyone. It's very hard for me. I don't know. I can talk to people, but I can't get stuff back at me. But it's not your fault. I'm just. It makes me sad.
well, that sucks. I can't do anything about that.
Okay.
But
well, if you find anything.
I'll keep in contact with you on that stuff like that. Once I find out some information, I'll try to get a message sent over to you. At which point I will give you my price and we'll go from there.
How much does something like that usually run? Well,
A
looks
lot
at
of the
Granny.
Times.
Looks at Granny, looks at Darius. I don't really have a concept of like.
Don't tell him that.
They do though. So you.
Most of the time, money is handled. People finding tends to be about 100 gold.
Okay.
I can't find them. I don't take any money from you.
That's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Okay. That works. If you find anything, I guess you can. I don't know how you get in touch with me, but.
We have our ways, so don't worry. But
Okay.
still, best of luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna go now.
Okay, I just need to say something. I tried to say yup, and I don't know if my voice just wasn't ready or not, but all my mouth let out was, and that was it. That's all. So when you guys saw me like mouth something, I tried to say yup just then, and it didn't do anything.
Also, the group is not difficult to find.
We're a little bit ragtag, yeah.
Yep.
We are, but we also tend to move around a lot. Is my thing. Is
Yeah.
what
To
I
be
was
fair,
trying to-
Asher has recently changed the exterior of the cart.
So we just tend to move
Also-
around a lot.
Semi-related. Love Fizzy going. If you try to cheat me, my two moms are gonna kick your ass. So
Busy
help
or
it.
Kaz?
Busy.
Busy. That's what you
Oh,
just
they're
did.
going, I have no concept of money, but
Oh,
these
these
two do.
Do you think of me as a mother figure?
If he was a father figure.
You're a grandmother figure.
I mean, again, Fizzy
Get on
doesn't-
top of the fridge.
She knows what she knows, and she knows what other people know. Other people are
House
smarter
is a
than her.
fucking nightmare.
McDonald's. One black coffee. Oh no! Wait, are Granny and Darius both one black coffee?
She would do it at first to prank, and then she'd be like, I'm just kidding.
Second lap through the drive.
Do a second lap, yeah. She would do it, drive away. But, nah, I'm
Were you just here,
kidding."
ma'am?
Yeah, but I was fucking with my kids.
Oh, of course.
We're gonna go now.
Mhm.
Okay, bye. And she'll like walk out, and she's like, I don't know what's going on.
By the way, Darius and Fizzy, your items have been added to your sheet.
Cool.
If you look in your inventory, actually, Jess, if you look in your inventory, you can see the item I made.
Yeah, I can see it.
And you can also see Kermit's piss leg, so that Jill can understand the joke.
Oh, is Kermit's piss leg in this picture?
What?
Piss leg, piss leg, piss leg.
I can't get it to go full screen, unfortunately.
Please
Aw.
show. I'm so
Hold on.
confused.
It's in the yellow stuff.
Oh
The
no,
piss.
I remember
piss.
this now. You showed me it. Okay.
I did.
Well, Connor sent me a picture of it, and I sent back. It looks like piss.
Yeah. Hurt my feelings a little bit, but you know what? It's fair, I suppose.
I just realized that Fizzy can
You-
hide as a bonus action now. Oh.
Yeah.
Connor, you can't put something suspended in yellow liquid, especially in this time period.
In this economy?
With the work I'm doing.
God.
What
Yeah.
you go with?
Technically
You know as
not
well as I
wrong.
do how often piss was used. Look at Pliny the Elder.
There you go. That is the
Everybody.
item that they have.
Yep. There's...
Everybody's just throwing piss around in this stage.
I mean,
you know?
it was.
Sometimes you need a young eunuch's piss in order to heal things.
It was
when you
also
said that.
sometimes boiled down to be used as essentially ammonia.
Yeah. Also, Michelle, make sure that you close out the item on the view for Jace's side.
I got it.
Got
Oh,
it.
sorry. Never mind. I'll get it now. Yeah. Give me a second.
I move that we never talk about piss again. All in favor say aye.
I
I do.
Promise that. Not with this group.
I don't want to talk about piss anymore. Piss era over. Done.
Piss era over.
Era over.
Now we're moving to poop.
No, we're
No,
not.
that's
No.
it.
I don't want that.
No.
Out of context,
phase.
guys. Out of
Skip
context.
right to no excrement phase.
Out of context. Out of context. Dicefunctional.
Piss
Oh.
Piss era.
Okay.
Moving on. Back to the
Moving
game. No
on.
more piss allowed. I hear mention of
worry.
piss, straight to jail.
The trend will come back around in 20 years.
We've got time to wait it out.
I actually was about to just share a really interesting fact.
Don't.
We're about to say gross and
moving on.
replace with interesting.
Okay.
Later.
Okay.
Got it. Later.
So, you guys ready to head out of Thornhurst?
So maybe I don't have anything.
No,
Jill?
I'm heartbroken that we're leaving. I love it here so much. I'm not even scared a little bit. I'm gonna stay in the crime town forever.
Got it. Rot, you feel something sniffing at your leg.
I feel like
You
Rob
look-
would go full stone mode and be like,
You look down and you see one of the goblin dogs has kind of wandered up to you and is kind of sniffing at your leg. Its tongue is sticking out.
oh my god. Would you like to come home with me?
You do not see a collar on this dog.
I think I'm about to do a crime.
I mean, Fizzy could ask if it's got an owner.
When in crime town, do a crime.
I will expend my last spell slot to do speak with them.
Are you just holding up a dog?
Busy.
At arm's length to avoid fleas.
I will use my last speak with my last spell slot to do speak with animals. Four.
Yes. Hello.
Hi. I'm Fizzy. What's
Hey.
your name?
Oh, I don't have a name.
Do you have an owner?
What? No, I don't have an owner.
Do you want to come with us?
Sure.
Okay. He said okay.
What did he say?
He said you want to come with us. He doesn't have an owner.
Mm.
I've never had a dog before.
What's his name?
Out of character. We all know how great I am at naming things. I did call my gun for approximately 6 billion sessions.
Dog.
Am I about to steal a Jenna Marbles dog name?
Maybe.
Name this one Bunny.
Bunny. I like Cermet. It's Cermet.
It's Cermet.
Cermet.
Not Kermit and
Cermet.
Cermet.
Okay, how do you
Cermet.
feel about the name Cermet?
Okay, I'm fine with that. That's cool.
Okay. This is Rot. Rot's your new owner now. Rot's your new owner now.
How many fleas does it have?
Many.
He's like, you might want
So
We'll
itchy.
take care of that. We'll take care of that.
Yeah.
We can give it a bath when we get back to the house.
To the house?
Yeah, the cart's the house. Deal with it.
You're coming with us, I guess.
All right, that's fine with me.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah,
You like
sure.
that?
Sure.
Okay, good. You'll get real fed and everything.
What
Don't
do
worry.
dogs eat?
We'll figure that out. What do dogs? I've never had a dog. I'm busy.
There's
Busy
meat.
saying this. There's dogs.
I just love
There's-
the idea of Darius and Fizzy trying to feed the dog a head of lettuce.
Well, actually,
Busy
like
won't
dogs
do that.
dogs will eat and play with cabbage.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll eat a lot of shit if you let them.
They'll also
Darius
eat
is a
grass
cat
that they're
person.
allergic to so that they throw up.
Darius has not Darius. Granny has taken care of dogs before.
Is that
He
why
will-
dogs do that?
What?
Eat grass? Is it because they know they're slightly allergic to it and they'll throw up? Is that really why they
Typically.
do it?
That's
Yeah.
why cats do it.
They do, yeah.
Or they just like
Oh,
the feeling of chewing on it and eat by accident. Toby.
Yeah,
And then they
a
throw
little
up
bit of
later.
A, little bit of B.
All right. Well, let's go back to the cart so we can get rid of all the fleas. And cool. And
You...
I'll look at the dog and I'm like, I can talk to you every so often.
Oh,
So we'll see
cool.
how you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
cool. It's very cool. I
I like this one. They
Good job.
smell.
She pets the dog.
I'm sorry, did he say it? They smell?
Yes.
Rod is blissfully unaware.
I'm not gonna say that to Rod. Anyway.
Okay. Taking your potentially stolen dog with you, you guys head back over to the cart, load all up inside of it. And I'm assuming, are you guys going to start heading over to Elbadil?
So probably, but we also need to go to Sayant to buy the poncho.
So,
I don't know what we're
no, the
doing there.
the poncho is in Villavelle.
Oh right.
Also
Yeah,
have a
over
letter
here.
to deliver.
We do have a letter to deliver.
Okay,
Letter.
we can go to Elbadil, go back to Huron, and then take the train to Villavelle.
Well, the letter you have to deliver is in Ilbadel anyways.
Mhm.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a letter.
Just got a letter.
Just gotta let you know, guys.
Just got a letter. Wonder
It's like-
who it's from.
It's like,
We might just
all
commit a
right, we're
crime.
heading to Elbadil. Right.
We were approached by a very shady dwarf. who
He
offered us
wasn't
a
so
job.
shady. He seemed mighty nice.
Shady on a scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 4.
That's
Like a
not bad.
2.
He's like a little
Uh,
shady. Everyone in
well,
everyone in this
about
crime
as
town is
shady-
shady.
I'm gonna
About
put
as
it this
shady
way.
as us.
I'm gonna put it between the two of you because you're overcautious and you're probably not cautious enough.
So like a
Okay.
3.
So like a 3.
He's like a 3.
But
The shady
he
scale.
just asked us to deliver a letter, and he's leaving a reward in a graveyard.
In a graveyard.
Easy.
Granny,
Yes.
oh, you hear how that sounds.
I do, but also I
You
don't
do.
have enough money for the poncho yet, so I'm just really inclined to take him at his
Ah.
word.
You're being bought out, okay.
We were
Yeah.
going to a graveyard.
Also,
A hollow
collect
grove.
money. For money.
Look,
It's just delivering a letter. How bad could it be?
look, we're just delivering a letter. Contents aren't our business. He seemed like a fine enough guy. There's no harm in delivering a letter.
He's wearing a
And we get
cloak that was
rewarded.
blue adjacent.
And we are already heading there, so
Alright.
not out of the way.
Important.
If we get ambushed, though, I'm blaming the two of you.
If we get ambushed, I don't think it's because of this letter. I
Just a
think it's
letter.
because of whatever's been chasing us
Yeah,
for
you can't really
weeks.
say if we get ambushed. We've been ambushed about 17 times in the last 3 days.
Yeah, but if we're going to the Hollow Grove and we get ambushed there in particular.
Life is a journey of many mysteries, and maybe people are waiting for us in the grove, but who cares? We're very strong. I care a lot, actually. Like, but you just have to play up your confidence.
You're not great at. I don't know how to tell you this. The dog makes you less intimidating.
Look at him, he's a killer.
Darius is just gonna poke the tongue.
The dog. So the dog. The dog does that thing where like the animal finally realizes its tongue's out and goes.
How would you feel if Peter went around poking you in the face?
Well, if my tongue was out and someone poked it, it wouldn't bother me. Because my tongue would be out and they would be letting me know my tongue was out.
Your tongue would be out, but that seems like a you problem.
Sermit appears to be totally content.
Oh, God.
How do you get rid of the fleas?
A good bath with soap.
Lots of baths. Let's get. You will also need a bath. Pointing at Rot. Let's get going.
You're covered in fleas now.
I am pretty itchy.
Yeah. We also don't know where that dog's been.
In a crime town full of criminals.
Yeah, do you know how much piss it
He
probably
might not
walked
even
through?
be that
Oh!
color. when
Did
we're
you
done
walk
with
and
it.
piss? You have
Probably
piss feet.
worse than that.
Sarah,
This
continue.
dog does stink, in fairness to you.
I can't really say anything. Sort of. Same.
So you guys begin making your way over to the city of Elbadil. Now, I will point out to you, as a freebie, that during the process of traveling over to Elbadil, you guys realize this dog hates bathing. It is also a very swift animal. So there are multiple times where this dog will go sprinting through the cart, just trying not to get into a bath.
Can I, while this is trying to happen, I'm talking to the dog using speak of animals.
He's basically saying, no, I don't want
And
to, no.
I'm trying
I
trying to calm him down and be like, hey, she's like trying to help, so like it's not as hard for like everyone else to do it.
Rot is not helping.
I make like not
You're
a
a
lasso,
dog.
but like basically a loop that like will hold him in place and like attach it to the path.
When I say Rot's not helping, I mean Rot is not trying to calm the dog. Rot is fully like chasing after the dog at full speed through the cart. But it's still like there's
Easier.
soap bubbles everywhere, so it's just like a
Do you know how dog? I'm pretty sure this is what you're going for, Becca. Do you know how dog
The-
cleaners have little leashes they put on them and strap to a pole by the back?
That's exactly what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Do we have any fantasy peanut butter spread on the wall?
I don't think you need fantasy peanut butter. I think you can just have peanut butter.
Give me peanuts, I can smush them.
That makes it does. That doesn't make a peanut butter.
I mean,
I'm sure Fizzy can kind of make peanut butter.
Just take a sledgehammer to a bunch of peanuts, and yeah, that's how you make peanut butter.
I mean, it would be just like Fizzy's potion.
Oh god.
Fizzy makes crunchy peanut butter.
Yes, Fizzy
Only
does make
crunchy.
crunchy.
Only
Only
crunchy.
crunchy.
It's because the shells are still in there.
That means Darius must make smooth peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of your
You like
your
crunchy.
day's travel, your dog is clean. You will see that the dog does routinely start kind of like biting at itself and chewing on itself. And you can see the dog does appear to have kind of like dry skin. Poor little thing.
Make lotion for
Does
it.
anyone know how to make dog lotion? Dog lotion from my new best friend.
Technically, I'm.
You don't bathe animals. You
Ask me a
brush
question
them
that I
and
need
then you clean them in spots where it's needed.
Yeah, but its entire body was gross.
He was covered
It
in
needed
piss
it
and
all
mud.
over.
I can't really spot clean. Rot did not say piss.
Note to the court.
Rot did not say
It's
piss.
very urgent that you know this. Rot did not.
Rot has
say-
never said a cuss word in his life.
He said pee.
He said pee. Urine. He said
Urine.
urine.
He said urine.
Yes, he absolutely said urine.
Yeah, you can't spot clean fleas always.
True, unfortunately.
There's probably maybe if this is a big town, there might be someone that like specializes in animal stuff, and I can probably find them very easily if I talk to the animals.
I love my new best friend, Sarah the dog, who's perfect in every single way. But first, let's
Let's
cover
deliver.
Sarah's ears. Let's focus on getting money and doing work, and then we can get dog
He's
lotion.
trying to lick your hands.
We can get dog lotion. Stop. Put it. Stop. Dog lotion. Rot's hands the whole time.
So, making your way through the wilds over towards eventually some kind of a road, you will see off in the distance a large city that is surrounded by square and circular shaped pillars. They're quite literally like a forest that just encircles the entire city. They must number most likely in the hundreds, but all of them are sturdy, standing probably about good 15 to 20 feet wide, and in a very equal measurements, so there's no like rectangular ones. They're just like squares. But you will see that there are roads that lead in. The railroad leads into it. But aside from that, there are just these massive pillars surrounding the city. As you guys begin making your way in, you'd see that Elbadil itself is a very dashing little town, little city, to be honest with you. It's well made. All the there are only a few roads that go between location to location, but a majority of it appears to be mostly intended for walking once you're not on the main roads. Buildings are based and built around these circular, effectively main streets, for lack of a better term, where smaller stalls or individuals will be wandering around talking, and typically where multiple timekeeping instruments are present, such as clocks and other light sources. At the very center of the town, near the train station, there is what looks to be a very large tower of some sort with a petal-like motif on the roof, as well as 5 branches that kind of twist off and appear to either magically or by very clever engineering be held up into the air on these very thin walkways. Just a little ways away from that, there is what appears to be a bandstand where there is a group of bards currently playing some music, and a nice park just a little ways away from that. But as you do with every town, you make your way over towards the train station, pick up yourselves a map, because it is just easier for you all to have access to it.
Hey, map. I do love the maps. I'm not gonna lie. I do love the maps.
I am enjoying making them, to be honest with you. I just enjoy it. It's just fun.
Very frequently, you enjoy making it, you get several hours in and you're like, why do I do this to myself? And then afterwards, I enjoy this again. You never learn.
It's great and terrible.
Yeah. It cannot go any smaller, so it's as good as it's good.
Why does it need that many pillars?
No armies can march on.
Actually, Jill kind of hit the nail on the head. It's there to make it difficult for armies to go to one section of a wall and try to knock it down and then flood through.
You know
Instead,
how lame you're gonna look if you take your army through these pillars. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna go, "Oh, look at those little guys."
So in other words, this is Boston say.
More accurately, it's intended to basically make multiple choke points where someone standing on top of the pillar could just go thunk, 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 and just keep peppering arrows down at you.
Also, just realized, Connor, at the bottom right-hand corner is your signature.
No, that's the signature of the map maker. It's not me. I don't know
Is
what
it?
you're
Oh,
talking
I was
about.
gonna say it looked like a CM, so I was
It
like,
is.
oh.
It is my actual signature.
He's the map maker.
It's not mine, though. It's someone else's,
Not
but it's
me.
mine.
Someone
it's not
else.
I had someone in the game called Conrad.
Charles Martinet.
Hey!
But welcome to Elbadil. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna do my job.
Oh, you want to go straight to the Hollow Grove?
I am. I'm not gonna drag anyone.
Oh well, sorry. I
The
misspoke.
courier, day and night courier.
Yeah. I wrote the name down. It's Velrivivik.
Yeah, I remember it was a fucking mouthful.
Velrivivik.
Velrivivik.
That is a mouthful. Jesus.
I wrote it down.
I would remember.
The further you guys go, the more you start sounding like you're making car noises.
I feel like
Yep. So, you guys begin making your way around the crowded streets of Elbadil, until you eventually will see a sign out front for a location labeled as Valrivevik's Night and Day Couriers. You will see that it is this building right here. And remember, guys, I would recommend you guys mark your maps. So you guys can literally take the little drawing application. You can draw and write on these maps. They're yours.
Someone who has a steadier hand should do it than me.
Any artist.
Not me. I actually don't really have a steady hand.
I would be the worst person for that.
That works.
Good enough. For
V.
For vendetta.
As you guys make your way inside, you can see that the building itself has effectively shuttered windows. The lights are always pulled down so that no light really escapes into the building. And inside, you can see currently there is what appears to be a human man with just kind of like this little tuft of beard that kind of comes down to a point. And he looks up at you guys and goes, hello. Welcome to Verovevic's Night and Day Couriers. I am not Verovevic, but my boss will be available for the night shift if you need to speak to him. Can I help you with anything? Do you have anything you need to deliver?
I do have to speak to your boss.
Right. Well, unfortunately, my boss works the night shift exclusively, so waking them up right now is not going to be a thing. So you may need to come back in a few hours.
I will do so.
Sorry.
Because I don't want to leave the message with someone who isn't the target.
That's fair. But the store is open 24 hours, so don't worry. You can come by whenever you want.
Watson works nights by choice.
Probably
You know how we were
like
just talking about
Vampires.
Does anyone remember that about 15 minutes ago?
I was
will-
gonna mention Drow or someone else who has
kobolds.
very strong
Drago.
dark vision and sunlight sensitivity.
Talking about.
Maybe sunlight sensitivity.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, has really strong sunlight sensitivity.
Vampires.
Vampires.
Could be. Could be.
It's actually Fizzy. Fizzy's a vampire.
Yeah.
That's actually
Bad
so
news.
weird. Guys, you found out my secret.
Crack the code. And it only took, what, 20 sessions?
19.
19. Didn't even break 20.
Didn't even break 20.
God damn.
We're good. Anyways.
So, you guys have been informed that you will have to come back a little bit later. Is there anything in particular you'd like to find while you're coming around Elvedil? Yes?
A weird fucking structure that's up by the park.
That right there, that is the tower I mentioned to you. It is a very tall tower with a kind of like a flower's petal motif, with these strange long arms that kind of branch out, that look like walkways that open up to smaller towers that are kind of like held up in air by just the walkway itself. They are either suspended magically or with some amazing architecture, but you've got a feeling it's magic. You do not know the purpose of this building, but asking around could very easily find the answer.
I'm curious because it's weird.
Same.
So yeah, I'm gonna head that way.
Okay, you start heading your way over to the strange tower at the center of town.
Anyone's welcome to come with if the whole group's not going.
It's up to you
I'm
guys.
coming too. I'm interested. I got time to kill.
Life somewhere else.
Making your way over, you see that surrounding this tower, there's effectively a very thick topiary bush of some sort that is keeping it shrouded from the rest of town. It appears that a lot of the buildings that normally would be like kind of built around each other, it's not really a situation here. There aren't any residential buildings butting up against this area. They've effectively not moved into this spot. Out front, facing the primary road going through Elbadil, you can see that there are a few guards that stand out front, and they appear to be wearing a nicer version of the Southern military gear. So it is still just covering like just above the heart and the joints and stuff like that. But the armor below it is chainmail, with some leather padding in certain areas. May we help you?
What is this place?
This is the Dahlia Tower. It is effectively the courthouse, prison, general governing building here.
Shape for it?
Well, they decided to make it look interesting. It was that or a short, stout marble building that looks like every single government building, if you like that.
Not really.
Exactly.
What's with the arm? Little.
Oh, the
little
arms.
tower.
Well, those are locations where some of our most important individuals will tend to do their work. Small
seems-
court.
That seems dangerous to be suspended like that if you're so important.
They have faith in their government. It was made by a most talented mage. They have faith that it will be fine. But I am not a tour guide, I am a guard. Is there anything here I can assist you with? Such as, do you have a meeting you need to go to? Or are you simply asking questions?
Being nosy.
We just arrived in town, so we're interested.
That is fair. But without explicit written permission or previous notification, you are not allowed to come in without such things. So I will not allow you to enter, unfortunately. The park, though, if you wish, you may walk through the park. You may listen to the bards at the bandstand. You may do whatever you wish, but you may not come in here. And the guard will return to his upright position and maintain guard. What do you want to do?
See anything else that's like interesting if I like look around or like look on the map? I don't know.
So,
Visually, because like reading things isn't gonna do.
yes, Jill.
This is just a wait, hold on.
Preemptive?
No, not preemptive. I would have, if I wasn't distracted by Phantom, I would have asked this in the middle of the conversation when you mentioned the talented mage who made the tower. Rot would ask the name.
Oh,
The
yes,
mage.
yes. The name of the mage. So we had Master Xander assist with the creation of the tower, that is.
Rot's just nodding, but like it's a little bit of a manic nod.
Is it very clear to see it's a manic nod?
It's a Rot typical nod because Rot can't express
Emotion?
emotion, so it's just like an enthusiastic, like, okay. I was like, oh, okay. That's what I thought he'd say.
Is the
Keep
mage
going.
still here? Do you want to meet him?
Oh, no. That's fine. I'm fine. That's fine. You're doing a great job.
You don't want to meet a magic person?
I thought you loved magic.
Alright. Flip side, love magic. Explain to me one situation where I've been overly enthusiastic about the people part.
Well,
Meeting people.
it's kind of a she doesn't want to like mention the book, but she's like, it's kind of a person, I guess.
Aren't you like best friends with the librarian at the Reyes house?
That was different. He was incredible and frankly still one of my closest friends, which is quite sad when you think about it.
So you
That
think a
is a
person
little
who'd
sad.
made a floating tower isn't gonna be incredible?
I think the person who made a floating tower is probably some ethereal being who deserves to be worshipped at an altar, not me. I'm a stinky little guy in a wooden mask.
You're more than that.
I've got a cool
You're
dog
our
and a
stinky
ferret.
little guy.
You're the smartest person I know.
Thank you. Oh, spotless compliments, thank you. Appreciate being your stinky little guy.
Also, you shouldn't worship the ground someone walks on just because they do neat shit. You know that, right?
Rajas kind of gestures at the giant tower.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Can you do that? I can't.
Just because you can't do something doesn't mean you should worship them. Are you gonna worship someone who can do a single spell better than you?
In a way. Until they teach it to me.
You gotta... That's not healthy.
I would not like to be psychoanalyzed in the middle of the city looking at a cool tower. I asked who made it. I don't want to meet them because it's sort of like wizard celebrity.
So funny because like I'm trying to figure out if like voice, I can figure out through voice if Rot feels like uncomfy right now. Because like I can't see
To
expression.
be fair, Rot always sounds uncomfortable.
That's
true.
Rot does actually always sound.
There's-
Never mind.
There's
Rot
a
is
reason
just
I haven't done insight. It's because nothing Rot is doing is outside of the
out
normal.
of the
of Rot.
ordinary. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Granny's at the point. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say like, oh well, I want to see what else is here. So
Wander off?
Yeah, we can move on.
this is cool and all, but I want to see if there's any animals.
You want to see if there's any animals?
Hmm.
A school, like the topiary stuff is cool, but like a government building has of no interest in Fizzy.
No, it's cool. It's absolutely true. So, any buildings on the map that are piquing your interest?
Yeah, for me, yes. I don't want to like guide the group though. So
I don't hear any immediate suggestions from everybody else.
Well,
I'm just kind of wandering the town.
Okay.
mine is different because I wasn't with the rest of the group.
the ones that caught my eye is this thing up here and this thing down here as well. So the kind of like circle wrapped stone thing,
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a giant bird's nest.
and this thing that looks like a laboratory or something.
Okay.
I can't tell what it is.
Nah, I'm kind of in the same brain because the only other interesting building to me is this one over here.
I like
Yeah.
the big circle.
This one,
Yeah.
it looks
That
like a
one's-
pond
That's also interesting.
or maybe a cave.
You want to find out?
We like start from all the way on the left and work our way back towards the right.
To a
Because
little
Because
U.
we're kind of like right here. Yeah.
Yeah, you
like,
are currently right there.
If
So
we
we're
go,
kind of
like,
in the middle of everything.
Here, start here, and then work
Make
our
a
way.
loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
And
a
then
loop,
work your way
essentially.
around. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Making your way,
Right, so.
making your way over to the building over here at the top left. You see that it appears to be a building with a almost like a sandstone like exterior. You can see that it is very carefully several layers. Four. I apologize. 4 layers of hexagonal-shaped buildings that are stacked on top of each other, but angled slightly with every move, so it makes a slight spirally appearance to it, or almost like it's twisting in shape. You can see that the building itself on the exterior is beautifully kept, with lovely carvings adorning the actual sandstone, several spots of which appear to be getting replaced or reshaped, where someone else is beginning to carve something new into the sandstone itself. Making your way inside of the building, you see that there is a very large glass statue of what appears to be a woman with a long bridged nose, very fair features, and her hands are kind of clasped together and open slightly, and her hands are brought down to a level where the altar would be, and that altar is where it looks like various objects are being left as not sacrifice. What's the word?
Offerings.
Offerings. Thank you.
Yeah.
If anyone has would like to roll religion, you could try to figure out which
Yes.
place you've just wandered into.
I'm gonna try because I have my key ring.
I had my one good roll.
I'm so sorry, Becca.
My one.
Damn.
That key ring coming in handy.
Just flipping through.
You would recognize this, Rot, as the, well, here in Elbadil, this is the sanctuary to the Painted Lady. It is effectively a place of worship for Lurant, who is the god of beauty, art, and love. She is also referred to as the Painted Lady. Offerings to her are almost always not monetary. They are works of art in some way, shape, or form. Signs of devotion through art and sculptures and what have you.
I will relay that to the group because I can get the Painted Lady. I remember that part. Then you said the real name, and I was like, Louboutin.
Louis Vuitton.
No! Get that shit out of here.
This is Louboutin.
Shoes.
It's
She's got red
Loubat.
shoes on. It's just all glass and then red bottom shoes on.
Red bottom shoes. Queen.
I don't like this anymore.
I mean,
Check
a lot
the
of
statue. Oh my god, she's got the red bottom.
Is that the Chanel?
She
Chanel
inspires,
boots, yeah.
she inspires a lot of cobblers.
There's some sort of joke here with the fact that Goddess of Love were making jokes about shoes.
I love shoes. Therefore, Louboutin.
There you go.
The statue is an extra foot higher with the heels it has on.
So, is there anything you guys wish to do here, or do you just want to find out what it was?
I was mostly here to find out what it was. I don't have anything to like leave her.
That is fair.
Rot will rip a page out of his journal and draw a little smiley face. And leave it up the
After
yes.
everyone else starts to walk away, Darius is just going to take a single piece of candy out of her bag, look up at the goddess and go, I don't really worship you all, but give it to my little sunshine, and walk away.
That's very sweet. Okay. Making your way down as you begin to explore the various locations here. You make your way over to another building. This one is composed of stone with what appears to be a almost like a glass skylight that allows light to shine down into the actual main location here. But there, you can find that this rectangular main room does not have any seats or plinths. Instead, it has effectively kneeling pads where one could kneel and face the main altar. But this main altar appears to be a statue made of cleaned bone with a sword that goes down the main rib cage into the actual altar itself. And it just looks like the bone figure is kind of like clutching the stone of the altar and rising themselves up. This will be another religion check to find out what this is.
Right.
Roll again as well.
No.
So
Two
good.
of them.
Can I try?
You may.
If we put our rolls together, we got 69.
Nice.
Nice.
I do, in fact, love playing a character who would have no reason to roll for any of this. No.
I didn't do much better, y'all.
The three of us going, this is really fucking weird.
This is
Hey,
fucked.
hey, who is that?
Literally,
Not happy.
Taps on a. Who is this?
Somebody's praying.
Who is that?
So
Yo, who
you will
dat?
see that there are like only a few people praying here. A few appear to be guards. One person looks to be like they look like they have a sword in their lap and they are just kind of praying to it. One of them finishes up their prayers and goes, this is Kuvrat. He is the god of blood and fighting.
Do a lot of
Perfect
fighting
one for your
here.
dick.
Many have.
Because you are close to the north.
Once upon a time, there was quite a bit of fighting here. Yes. And there are still some who come here to pray.
Can you spell his name?
That's not a name.
Sounds
That's
vague.
not a name.
The keyboard smash.
I mean,
Have you seen
all
deity
names are technically made up.
I mean, I say this as someone who definitely has all siblings are all keyboard smashes, and actual name is keyboard smash.
Oh my
Like-
god. You did that.
Drow names are something else.
What do I
guys.
do?
No, not you. I was talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, drow names are something else, guys.
I didn't go with the drow. I went to the Lakes in Darien and picked from
Oh,
pieces
yeah, no,
there.
I went with drow names, and drow names are something else.
That's
You
true.
guys don't even know. Connor does,
Yeah.
but you all don't.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's semi-easy to pronounce names because I have to be able to say them.
Mhm.
Oh, that's why they're all nicknames for me.
Anything you guys would wish to do here?
Please know that one, I see that Jolly's muted, but I am still gonna say this. Rot is keeping an eye out for Selena, aka watching and making sure that Kaz isn't getting sticky fingers at the religious monuments. Just making sure. There's a time and a place.
Oh. I stole the offerings from the Catholic Church. Oh.
No.
The Catholic Church
Wait.
you can steal from.
That's
Well,
okay.
yeah.
I
You
say
can.
this as a
How are
Catholic
people supposed to get their way forgiven into heaven?
But paying 17 small payments of $9.99 a month will get you into heaven.
Hmm.
They did that already, and not a lot of people liked that.
Man, we gotta take the shots. where we
Everyone
take-
hated that.
It's not
Alright, which building are we going to next?
Religious revolution.
I think we were. I think the next thing we had was that one. Was there anything else? Maybe. Oh no, the glass
We're
one.
going.
Yeah, the glass one.
Okay. Making your way over to this building here, you would see that this building appears to be currently empty and inactive. But you can see out front there is a sign where it reads, let me make sure I say this right, Alkids Déclouté Hall. And the sign itself has a image of two elven figures in the middle of a grapple, with one's got their hand behind the neck of another individual and is kind of like grabbing hard at the elbow of the other and trying to bend it, while the other one is trying to put their leg behind the other one to push backwards and like push the knee in. What was that?
I was like, Fizzy just listening goes, oh, they're fighting.
Yes.
More like wrestling.
In a sense, yes. You guys can roll history if you'd like to know about this.
Don't give it a. Oh no.
Sorry, buddy.
Rod
Well-
doesn't like violence.
It makes sense, yeah, because Rod's not reading up.
This is barbaric.
necessarily
If,
on,
if
like,
there was one
fighting.
thing Rob
That was
would know
almost an
nothing about.
18. I almost rolled 18. That would have been hilarious. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I love this shit.
however, none of us
No.
know anything.
I rolled a
Actually,
5.
Can I just say I'm kind of curious. I know it's like kind of out of the loop, but I am curious about the one that's like kind of right next to it. This one.
Mm-hmm. That. Let me double check to make sure I get that right.
I don't know.
7. Yep.
Then we can go back on
That
the-
appears to be a location with a sign out front that has the image of what looks to be a wolf with its head, or I should see most of its muzzle, stuffed down into a bag of grain. And the name of the store is just labeled "The Wolf in the Grain."
You might have
That's-
lost Fizzy.
That's
Do you
pretty
think they
straightforward.
sell dog lotion here? Dog moisturizer.
I
One
look
way to find
inside.
out.
Yeah.
Can you look inside? Inside, you see what appears to be a general store of some sort. There are various bags of grain, various objects you could purchase, such as rope, lamp oil, what have you.
Mm,
It's a general goods store. Sorry.
disappointed.
There's no wolf in here.
There's no wolf.
Do you happen to sell lotion we can use on dogs?
Lotion for dogs.
It's hard
It's
to
got
explain.
dry skin.
He's got dry skin. He's itchy.
If you don't, do you know what an animal goods store is?
That sells dog lotion.
What kind of a dog is it?
Do you have it with
Little.
you?
Small.
It's-
Long limbs.
It's a goblin dog.
His tongue sticks out sometimes. It's very
Oh,
cute. Big old eyes.
I've got something you could use in that case.
Rib cage is weird. It's really big and then it's really small.
Is it just butter?
Is it butter? Can you make me put butter on my dog?
He comes back with what looks to be like a small jar of like some kind of oil.
Actually, yeah.
If he licks that, will he be okay?
He should be. You'd be surprised how much those goblin dogs can. They're sturdy, to put it
Very
simply.
delicate.
He's really
No.
not.
He's delicate and dainty.
He's a goblin dog.
Basically,
I don't
you
think he's
found
delicate.
He's sensitive.
what you'll do is you
Alright.
basically just put this onto a rag of some sort and just wipe down the body with it.
How much is
This is
that?
just olive oil.
Oh, it's just a silver. It's just olive oil.
I was like, can I identify what kind of olive oil it is? But never
It's
mind.
special olive oil
Yeah.
for my special boy.
We'll see if it works. If not, we'll find actual lotion.
Not bringing it
Been a
back.
remedy
Taking
for
it back.
people and animals since Greek times.
Yes.
Can I use like my skills making potions to like see if I can figure out to make a lotion for this dog?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That would be a 100% thing right up your alley. Same thing with Darius.
Yeah. Cool.
So picking up a little bit of dog lotion. You guys head over to the last location that you were curious about, and this it doesn't look that well. It looks interesting, but not for the reason you were hoping. See, as you get yourself closer to this, you can see that there are a few buildings here that look like they're now at a slant, and like they're no longer stable, and a few buildings have actually dropped. And you can see that there have been walls that have been established around this thing. They only go up about 10 foot, but it's just there to stop people from coming in, except through one entrance. But around it, you can see that there are a lot of workers, all of them fairly sturdy-looking folk, who are lugging large carts or lugging heavy bags of cement and other materials in and out of this area. And just kind of like poking your head in, you can see it's a sinkhole. It's a massive sinkhole that is basically just opened up in the city and dropped straight down. And it looks like it even took out a few buildings.
If I touch a sink, I'm rephrasing the exact thing that Jess just said. If I touch a sinkhole, do I know how long it's been there? I got the magic hand.
This dirt is so
See,
old.
the interesting thing is that, I mean, yes, by the wording of it, you would. And you could basically do it by basically just like going along the sidewall of the sinkhole and touching the sidewall, and that would tell you when the collapse happened. And then going down to the bottom and going, this is the base of it. How long was this here? And there you can figure out how long was this sitting here and when did this go. So
You want to go to the
yeah,
bottom?
you 100% could do that.
Dumb question is a yes.
I want to know.
Okay. So Rot, you begin making your way into this construction site. That's effectively what it is. And you can see that there are a few folks here who look like they might be like some kind of ex-military, maybe, or active military. You're not sure, but like you can see that like they're no longer like they're not wearing the plate. They don't need to, but they're wearing like decent gloves that are typically given to guys who are working with the guards in some way, and they all seem fairly well put together. Like some guys are very clearly like they're very muscular. They exercise, but also a lot of them appear to be wearing similar clothings, almost like they're uniforms. You can roll me a
construction workers.
yes. Well, you can roll me a history check, and I can tell you something.
Okay.
I have a feeling I know what they are if you don't get it.
Everybody's
Hey, Connor.
rolls.
Yeah.
Can I take a swing at it? Of what
If you
I
get it
think
right, I'll tell you.
I'm pretty sure because we mentioned the roads are being built by military corps.
Like the private.
Yeah, the private contractors of the military. I'm pretty sure these are probably the same guys.
That's actually effectively it. They are a form of during active warfare, they are military engineers. Not during a fight, they are effectively civil engineers. They will build buildings, they will fix things, they will pave roads. That's their job.
That was what we heard earlier, the South Acasian Engineer Corps.
Yes, they're the South Acasian Engineer Corps.
I couldn't remember the name, I just knew what they did.
I would have remembered that.
See, we combined your character's in-game ability to know things and Cody's ability to remember things.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
combined them.
Well,
Jill, do me a favor. Anytime Keen Mind comes up, just poke Cody and ask him if he remembers it.
well, I only write down the stuff that Tana knows directly, so
That's fair.
we heard that name in particular, so I had it written.
You guys, it was funny. So you guys begin making your way inside, and eventually, one of the guys is going to look up and go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! What are you doing here?"
Seeing how old the sinkhole is. I've got a protection.
What?
Bonk, bonk, bonk. I'm sick.
I'm getting my boss. Give me a second.
Alright.
There's a standing with that because she wants to see how this goes now.
By the way,
Think about going to jail.
Jolly, Fizzy, Granny, Tana, people who are not actively involved in this conversation, Darius, I'm going to count you as actively involved, air quotes, because you're like there.
I'm
You
right behind her.
you four can please roll me perception checks. Okay.
I'm
Wanna
not
make sure
there
they're
with
not
the
gonna
group.
get hurt.
Wait,
Oh,
Cody,
you're not there.
Tanya, yeah.
Okay. In that case, Kaz, Fizzy, Granny,
Can
perception checks.
Can I give myself guidance on this, Connor?
No,
Okay.
because you don't. This is not actively looking for something. This is you guys picking up on
Okay.
something at the same time.
Fair enough.
I can imagine Rock going, well, they let me go right by the hole in
22.
Villaville.
22 or 20?
I don't know if because I know Jolly was muted.
I think Jolly may have slipped away for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
you awake?
Jolly.
Jolly, you back?
You're muted.
What? No, I've been here. I doze off.
I thought you
perception,
did.
perception
What?
check, buddy.
For
Perception check.
what? But for what?
There.
Are we being attacked?
No,
No.
Wake up! No.
Jolly, I hope you wake up like that every time.
Wait, stop it!
Are we being attacked?
No.
Like
We
a
are
fucking
under a
private,
fucking attack.
like a fucking private in Vietnam. You wake up like you're being shelled.
I'm not directly interacted, so I doze off.
No, it's
I
okay.
get it, buddy. It's funny
no,
though.
No, it's a natural one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Oh,
doze off.
no.
I mean,
So no, but we're hanging out at this,
Okay.
this sinkhole over there because we've been wandering the city.
You know what?
It's-
I'm gonna keep all that in mind. Granny and Fizzy, you guys are observing and looking around and trying to find things that are interesting. And what you will note is that down at the bottom, there are various staging platforms for people to get down there safely. You can see that there is very clearly a robed individual, or I should say robed. They have like this open flowing robe cloak thing that they're wearing, and you can see that they have like this pack of like picks and brushes and stuff like that, and they're like looking over things down here trying to figure something out. You don't know what. So you both will notice that. Jolly, Kaz does not notice that person, because you notice the person who is climbing up the ladder. See, you notice this person climbing up a ladder who is currently holding onto with one hand a very large stone or slab of some sort, and they are hefting it up with themselves as they climb up the ladder. And Jolly, if you'd be so kind to take a look, they look like this.
My eyes just widened when I saw that.
Oh, that one.
Oh, no.
Suddenly,
like-
Jolly's fully awake.
You can't describe me with a bubble when just waking up.
Dolly
It seems
is
to be
looking
working.
perspective.
I'm looking disrespectfully, actually.
Kaz whispers to Ruben, "Am I streaming?"
You can see that they are very clearly a very muscular woman. You can tell that they must either do this quite a bit or exercise in some way, because everything about them looks like they are in peak shape for this kind of lifting. The one thing you will notice is that they also do have this very angry expression near constantly. They kind of always look like they're glaring. They don't seem to be smiling all that much right now, but they just have this rough, glaring expression on their face right now as they are hefting up this stone. And then as they reach the top of the ladder, they set it down, and the guy who is kind of like heading off to go find someone is like in the same direction as them and stops and goes, "Sorry," and they start going around her.
But she's got a reputation.
They will, the woman will sit themselves down, apparently finally taking something of a break, while the guard comes back with what appears to be another individual. This looks to be maybe the foreman. They are still doing heavy lifting, but less so. Can I help you? You said you can do something to figure out the age of the sinkhole?
Yeah, I can tell how old things are when I touch them, and I'm curious, so I thought I'd come in and touch some stuff.
The foreman kind of looks down the hole for a second. Just do me a favor, please roll me a persuasion check.
So sorry.
This is gonna be bad.
It's not gonna be.
Zero! Hey Connor, can I see Rot floundering?
Yes.
Okay.
Can.
Zero. I've never rolled before.
I'm gonna
And you can see the
wait.
foreman is giving a questioning look to them now.
The Darius will step up and go, "So do you know enough about this sinkhole to be able to fully, like, is this a skill set that would be useful to you to know?"
Yes, we would like to know this, but we would require We need to be confident in the results.
You need to be confident. Do you mind if my phone touches you for a second? Just on the arm?
Make a persuasion check. I know what you're doing.
Ra is very much putting forward the hand that does not have a bone fragment sticking out of the tip of their finger.
That's a 23.
Okay, he'll still give you like this, what the fuck are you talking about look. But he will hold his hand out.
Rot will very gingerly like touch it and then pull away and then tell the man exactly how old he is.
Okay, 33 and 4 months.
33 and 4 months, and also if he's the last class of magic that was used on him.
He has not cast. Okay, actually, I'll correct myself. Technically, the last cast of magic on him was evocation because that is the spell class for healing magic.
I'll be like 33 and 4 months, and also the last class of magic used on you was evocation. I can do it again. I can do objects as well. So if you have like book or a plate. I don't know why I said plate is something that would be old. But if you have like a
Vera.
really old plate, I could tell you.
Vera, come here for a moment. And he kind of like does the finger motioning thing to the muscular woman who is sitting down, and she will make her way over. Same dour expression on her face.
How tall is she, please?
She stands at about 6'7".
Oh, she's taller.
Shit.
Oh, she a big bitch. You know?
I want you to know, Darius doesn't often meet people taller than her, so it takes her back a second when she sees her stand up, like, oh.
Rod is eclipsed in her shadow.
All of the guys in the group are just suddenly.
Yes. Yes.
Hi.
Aye. What is it?
Why did you call her?
I don't really know what's happening anymore.
Please, can you find her age then?
Can
I
we?
have to ask express permission.
Can you just hold out your arm real quick so that way?
I'm gonna touch your arm if that's all right with you, ma'am, miss, ma'am.
It's a tap. Nothing more.
That's fine.
Again, very gingerly. Rot will go. Just very lightly.
She is about 25.
25. It's just... I could do this all day. It doesn't take any energy out of me. That like touches like anything around.
I will say when you say that she is 25, the woman gets kind of a harsher expression on her face.
But you don't look a day over. But
That's correct.
you look. You're very tall, and I'm a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Extremely intimidated.
Is 25 old for humans?
It must be. I don't.
You have a human right here.
We have no idea how old Granny is.
How old are you? Are you 25?
I wish.
Oh, 25.
I don't want to be doing something while they're all distracted, but I'm gonna wait.
I'm 137. It's hard. I don't.
And I'm adult.
Adult. How old are you? Yes.
Do you need more proof?
I suppose not. We could have you assist us. We require some information on the age of the sinkhole and the cavern below. So yes, I suppose we can have you assist.
There's been any magic that caused it.
We could find that out as well. That would be quite helpful.
I'm a pretty good detector. Can't lie, haven't been wrong yet, except for one time when the age came as adult. Which really just threw me off my group.
To be fair, it's a Fey being. You can't, like, take offense to that.
Vera, have you finished your break? And Vera kind of looks over at him and goes, yes. Vera, please lead them down to the bottom of the sinkhole.
You want me to go in front of you?
I'm going to have you and all of your friends go with you.
100
came-
really. I'm
you
so
came
glad
with
I'm
the
not
group.
going to a sinkhole by myself.
Keep your
So-
hands and feet.
While this is
Inside the-
happening, Fizzy has just been slowly but surely trying to get closer to the sinkhole, like just kind of like scooching over as close as she can get without like.
Fizzy. We're gonna go in it if you want to come this way.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. There's a guy at the bottom. I want to talk to him.
There's a what?
There's a man down there.
Yeah, there's a guy down there. He's working on some stuff. Looks like.
That makes sense though. It's sort of a construction area.
He'll probably unearth some things.
Tanako?
Anna's not with us.
Mhm.
Where did that rabbit go? Anyway,
I don't control her.
she'll either come back or she won't.
She likes to wander off a lot.
And it's always eventful.
Guys, it's on her.
So, Vera is the tall woman. She is going to look hard at all of you while you guys all collect together. And she's going to go this way. And she'll start leading you down the ladder. And down...
Rod is white knuckling the ladder.
That's fair.
Like
As down and down you all go, you see that this sinkhole goes down probably a good 200 feet. Yes.
Check this because that much energy takes a lot, and
It's a
you'd be
lot.
breathing hard.
Yeah.
Do I need to check? Yeah. It's a con save.
where's your fantasy inhaler?
I don't have one. That's a 12.
You don't feel great, but you'll be okay. Yes.
I accidentally opened the picture up again of the lady.
And then she closed it. I wanted her to leave it up. Inspiration.
Send it
Hard-
in
Not Rod.
Discord.
I
I'm
will
more
say this.
concerned about Darius climbing back up, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be worse. I'll tell you now, Deus is probably the last one, and she is taking her time.
I put it in
Honestly,
the Discord.
Me too, but I'm using my phone for the camera, so I can't use it.
So you guys will get led down further and further until eventually you are at the base of the sinkhole. Chill.
God damn it.
Would you like to check the age of when the sinkhole happened and how old the bottom is?
Yes. Also,
So-
as they get off the ladder, Rot does say how old the ladder is, just for further proof.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. This was made 3 weeks ago. That's a really nice ladder.
The actual sinkhole looks like it collapsed about a month ago. So about roughly, I would say 30 days is when the actual top, the sinkhole, dropped in. Getting down to the bottom, you would see that the individual who is down here is going to turn and look at you all. They appear to be mostly human, you would assume. They have some sharper features, so they may have some elvish blood in them somewhere, but they look to be mostly human. And they're going to look at you all and go, Miss Vera, why exactly are there more people down here?
They need to touch the floor.
I have to. No context.
And,
I touched
and
the
why
floor.
exactly would that be?
I can tell how old the sinkhole is by touching it with my hands. Don't ask me why, because I'm not really positive.
Go ahead.
Wait, you don't know why you can do that?
Kind of just always been a thing.
Okay.
You lay your hand upon the floor of this, and you would estimate that the sinkhole is probably about, well, this opening, this cave, is extremely old. It has been here for as long as the Earth has been here. It is a natural development. It was not carved by man. It was simply here. And unfortunately, it just meant that there was a cave here and loose ground up there, and at some point, something shifted, and then the sinkhole collapsed.
Just instantly kind of like brightens up a little. I was like, wow. This ground has been here since our entire planet was created, so it's been here for forever, and it was just a happenstance that the loose ground sort of shifted and fell down. Wow. This is probably the oldest thing I've ever touched.
Unfortunately, that is also the answer I came across. So, my purpose here was not necessary.
So sorry.
No, this is fine. It is good to have a second confirmation, but it also confirms that my being here and being brought away from the institution was fucking pointless.
The institution?
Like a vacation.
This was not the vacation. This was work. Work is not vacation. Work is work.
It can be
But
vacation.
most people don't think of work as vacation, alright?
Got to see the oldest dirt hole. That's pretty cool.
Was he only looking at dirt, or was he looking at items as well?
No, you can see that this man was very clearly inspecting the actual wall itself. He was looking it over for any signs, judging by what he has on him. He was looking for marks of like picks, axes, hammers, stuff like that. He was looking for signs of this is being made by a person.
Mm.
I would lie if I said that I was not impressed by your talent, but in all honesty, it has confirmed to me that I did not need to be here in the first place. That is no fault of your own.
I understand that, but you do also have to realize that I need to apologize. I have to. Something in my body will kill me if I don't. So I am so incredibly sorry that I just walked up and stole your job. I'm not even getting paid.
Oh, I am not being paid either. I am... I am technically assisting the government here. Simply by the nature of my job. I work with the Eodart Institute, the school here. And I am, because of a agreement between my people and the people with the Eodart Institute, I am here to assist and be here for other reasons. So, it was part of the agreement. I am not being paid for this as... well, I'm already being paid for other things.
Write that in the thing, Connor. The name of the school.
Sure.
Just because, like, it sounds like you're saying ear dot? And I don't think that's how it's spelled.
No, it is not. Yodart.
Okay.
Yogurt.
It just sounds like you're saying
Yogurt.
I hear ear dot, and I'm like, that does not. That's got.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't help that I'm saying it with a German accent.
Yogurt school.
Yogurt school.
I go to yogurt. I go to yogurt school.
It's a fermenting place.
It's where they make yogurt.
But yes, I I am here because of an agreement between my people and the South Acasian government. So, yes.
If you have any particularly tricky things to age, perhaps if you ever, I owe you because I stole your job.
You did not steal my job. You're fine.
Who are your people?
I make a persuasion check.
I've been rolling so well this whole time.
It's gonna be a good roll.
What did she say?
Wow.
Rolling that 20. What do you
Yeah,
know?
there you go. There you go. That makes up for everything.
The prophecy.
Thanks, Apollo.
Again, this is when you need the
Throws a
dodgeball
dodgeball.
sound.
Yeah.
You're a good one.
I am Elder Yugen Kurz. I work with the Academia Acreanimo. I'm responsible for finding potential students.
Damia, what?
That's a lot of words you said. Could you write those down?
All deaf and hard of hearing.
Yeah, please.
Well, these are all weird names too, and none of them are spelled how I expect them to.
If you just said Academia Acreanimo Elder Yugen Kurz, I wouldn't think you were speaking English.
I apologize, I have an accent.
Even if you said it in not an accent, I'd be like,
Academia Acreanimo. My name is
That's-
Elder Yugen Kurz.
Pig Latin. That's what you just said.
I don't know what that is.
Sounds impressive.
It is a school.
What do you teach?
I'm sorry.
Many things. You asked a broad question.
What kind of things?
Magic.
Oh.
Magic. General information.
So, you're in this town, you teach magic. Does it ever annoy you that some other, magic person made that tower?
No.
Do you know how magic people work?
Not a clue.
You're really just treating them like it's a completely, competitive field.
It is,
not?
in fairness.
It can be, but it's not like all magic users hate each other.
I wasn't assuming hate, just annoyed that you didn't have the better magic.
That's fair.
There's one of those schools over by where we're at. But I've never heard of this one. But I'm not from here, so I wouldn't know.
I'd say,
It's
where
because-
are you located?
It's because this is not one of my schools. I am here to... What is the word? Recruit
Oh.
potential students for the school.
What do you look for?
Magical talent. That's the biggest one.
Well, I have magical talent, but not I don't learn my magic, so I don't think I can be of any use.
Not typically. Most of the time, it is a matter of finding individuals who have a propensity for learning of magic.
You like magic and learning.
Yeah.
A little different.
And you
Can't exactly learn
are you
magic
guys
from nothing.
Are you guys from here? You work with the I guess you guys are based out of here, right? You guys have never and she points at Rot and Granny and all. You've never heard of this school?
I don't know.
Would Rod have heard of this school? Quick question.
History check with advantage.
History.
Plus 18.
You would have known of it. It is a school for teaching magic and other things. It's like a general purpose school as well. It was formed by an ex-adventurer. It was not formed here. It was formed in another continent, and there are a few that are present here. Well, one that's present here, more accurately. Basically, what this guy is talking about is he's effectively a recruiter, in a sense. His entire job is to find people who can show potential for magic, bring them to him, and bring them to the school.
You would know who Fortune's Blade is, so you would...
Is this what
Rod has a little bit of a vibration now going in their body. Just a little, like, I could talk about this. I could do it. I'm not gonna, but I could. Rod's gonna go, oh, I've heard of the academy. I've heard of its founder. Very cool. Very interesting. Heard of it.
Why don't you go there, Rot?
Oh no! I tried the school thing, the learning thing once. It wasn't
You're
for me.
good at magic. Okay.
Certain types.
Can I do an insight check at this?
I don't know.
Maybe so. Because to suddenly, like, earlier, that was normal rat behavior. Saying, I don't want to go to school.
Right?
Completely wild.
I'm
It's
also
not for me.
gonna...
I'm not gonna. I believe Rot.
That's a dirty 20
I
and a
believe
21.
Rot,
Go. So did your 8 didn't your 7 didn't beat their 21 and 20?
I don't know. I'm pretty good at math. I think. No, Rod is very obviously like kind of clammy. When the idea of learning in a like taught setting comes up, Rod isn't lying about the fact that they've tried the whole like learning from somebody thing. Didn't really work out. I don't know what else to say.
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
Alright, I guess we can continue looking for books for you instead then.
I will say this, Rod is doing the hand wringing, like, yeah, you know, I like some self-taught, you know.
Hey, Rat, where's Frog? Hold that.
From inside of the collar.
Why don't you hold that for a minute?
Got Elder whatever. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at names. Elder something.
Elder Eugen Kurz.
Oh, Elder Eugen Kurz, and she'll just say, "Well, I hope you find someone. I don't think anyone here is. Actually, Asher might, but Asher is back in the cart, working on stuff.
Mhm.
Asher's good. Like Asher, I think could be good at learning magic, maybe.
There are many types of magic that can be learned, and many ways it can be learned and taught. But
Just with you busy. I would
limiting.
Okay, I don't know. Well, to be fair, he was interested in the other academy, so maybe.
He was interested in the stuff inside.
Means to an end.
Asher doesn't do well with authority.
That's fair.
There's
That's
a reason
true.
I tend to pick him up by the scruff of his neck.
So that he deactivates and you can just...
No, because his feet can't reach the ground when I pick him up.
Oh, like a cat.
Ragdoll.
And he'll start.
I have gotten stabbed for it though before, so like.
Eugen is going to start pulling out a pick, and is going to start making magical movements with their hands.
I cannot speak much on other types of magic, but my teacher told me when I was learning that there are many different types of magic and ways that magic can be taught and learned. And the biggest mistake one can make is trying to pigeonhole themselves into learning one that they do not show the aptitude for. But if you have interest, then I am at the Institute currently. If not,
Where
then
is that? Is that here?
yes, to the north.
Okay. Maybe. I have to go.
I must go, actually. And he will fly upwards.
Do that.
Can you learn to do that?
I hope so. That would mean I wouldn't have to climb the ladder again.
I wouldn't mind not climbing.
I
Start
climbing. It's
straight
fun.
up.
For you?
Literally, as she's saying this, she's like getting back on the ladder and starts climbing back up.
Some of us can't breathe properly.
Do you want help with that?
Climb on my shoulder, I will carry you. I'm very strong.
My pride won't let me do that.
A little grandma carrying Shaquille O'Neal.
In fairness, Granny is also very tall, just not quite as tall. There's a 6-inch difference between her and Darius.
Okay. Constitution roll from Darius.
Yeah.
8. So I can't
Pride
help,
roll from James.
can't help with guidance, unfortunately. Because I was like,
That's
oh,
the
I'll
save.
help you, but...
Oh no!
Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. We haven't discussed what happens if I roll that low on these.
Oh, you'll go into a coughing fit. As you have trouble breathing, and unfortunately this is happening as you're climbing up a 200-foot ladder.
Uh-oh. Do you want to say that, like,
Are
you at the
You
bottom?
can hear her begin to have this coughing fit. Like,
I-
it's...
Hold on a second, let me roll for
Would it
them.
help if I cooled you down?
Equally unfortunate,
once
this is
again.
right at towards the end of the session, so you're not really benefiting from that +1.
Not unless I have to make another save.
Okay. Darius, you start coughing violently, and you start to lose your grip, and you will feel another hand grab hold of your leg and start to lift you as the very strong woman who was below you just grabbed you by the leg and is now kind of just like holding you with one arm as she is climbing up the ladder.
She's coughing and being carried. She goes, so much pride. No pride left.
She's like, be thankful. Granny's like, be thankful. The hot lady's carrying you.
Very
Relish it.
Guys, like,
She's my
I should have
but
begun
until
to
I find my
struggle.
partner.
You guys will make your way to the top where you find that Darius nearly fell. And if it wasn't for a good strength check from somebody, she would have fell.
I could have grabbed her.
She's just gonna lay on the ground and you're gonna hear her continue to cough.
How that feeling?
What time
Probably-
is it, by the way, at this
Uh,
point?
It would be maybe noon.
Ugh, we still have
I'd
time.
like to give you all a recommendation. Never get your trachea cut in half.
You'll have to tell us how that happened one day.
It's a really short story. Someone slit my throat.
I'll get the full story one day.
There you go.
She turns to Vera. It's like, I think a lot of us would be very happy to invite you out for a drink if you're off, whenever you're off the job.
You're very tall. Sorry.
Who would any of you like to roll an insight check on Vera?
Yes.
I'd like to roll an insight check on the person who just saved my life. Yes.
Rod's not
Okay.
interested romantically, but I am, so I'm looking through Rod's eyes.
I'm rolling an insight
What are
check.
we
'cause
rolling again?
I rolled-
Insight.
Insight.
I got a dirty 20.
I got
a
19.
You got a 19?
Nice.
All of us are
24.
so focused on this. You're coughing. You're dying.
That's only an 11. She's. You're just gonna see her look at her and then curl up on her side to continue coughing.
So
Rod's going back and forth, casting hot or cold. Be like, is cold better? Is warm better? Prestidigitation. Is it cold? Warm. Cold or warm?
One.
Warm.
So you guys will see that Vera, once she got to the top and dropped Darius onto the ground, she had this very hard look in her eyes, but you also
get this Granny, actually Granny, Kaz, and Rot actually to an extent as well. What'd you get?
24.
24? Oh, you absolutely see this too. You guys will all realize very quickly, her expression does not actually denote her anger. She's not angry. She just looks angry near constantly.
She has an extreme resting bitch face.
Her looking down at Darius, she was concerned. And now that she's here and you guys have just asked her out for drinks, she looks nervous.
Aww.
You get the sense she doesn't talk to people well.
Aww.
And that for the most part, she just looks pissed.
She'll just like see this and she'll just be like, "We're nice, don't worry.
We don't bite.
You're very
Rats do dog bite, but
you're
Delicate.
you're very strong and capable, and we're not that strong, to be honest with you. Most of us are not that strong."
So strong.
Point at Darius.
don't trigger your actual asthma.
No, I'm fine. My asthma would be kicked up
We'd
from
really
something
like
else.
it. We really would like it if you could come with us.
I'll go with you. I did recently lose my wallet, so I won't be able to
That's
help
fine.
much with that.
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
I just got a windfall.
It's alright. I'm pretty sure I owe you money for saving my life.
Oh. That's a fire.
Yeah, there's a fire outside.
What the fuck
Where?
is there a fire outside?
It's my neighbor's fire pit, and it's like a fucking 6 foot tall fire.
That's a
I
big
think we
fire.
need to chill the fuck out.
That seems dangerous.
Especially considering how close to the house it is.
Yeah, it's going down a little bit. It was really, really tall a few minutes ago.
Ugh, that is
Extremely
a fire.
nervous.
Yeah.
If you're okay with that, then I'll go.
Do you know where we could get something like that?
Yeah.
Also, we're new in town. Where do we go?
The swinging
New in town.
I'm gay.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna
This-
see Darius carefully get up at this point, by the way.
The swinging maiden. It's not that far from here.
Go.
May I have a wisdom check from everybody here?
Okay.
Nervous.
A
Just a
check,
regular
not a
check.
save?
Check.
Wisdom
Check. I said that intentionally.
Check.
And the save
Now
would
I'm rolling
probably
well.
be
I
the
just had to
spell.
criticize it verbally.
Yeah. 16 for me.
Roll a
I
7.
saw someone roll a 19 and then the number didn't appear. What the fuck?
Sometimes,
I also
sometimes
saw
the
that.
dice collide and the actual roll is not
Mhm.
what it
Yeah.
visually shows.
That's a
We all have
14.
different.
But that was Jolly's dice.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't pop.
Oh, no.
Mm,
Oh,
Oh,
Jolly's
Jolly Froze.
No.
Ah.
mm.
Fuck.
Lady too hot. Killed,
Brain
killed
broke.
Jolly.
Brain broke.
That's how Kaz looks right now while the lady's talking.
Brain go brr.
That,
Yeah,
they just had a
oh.
blackout.
Oh no!
No!
They're not coming back.
That fucking sucks.
Well, we're probably
Um,
close to ending
Well,
anyway.
we
Yeah.
are. This was literally gonna be it, and fucking Jolly got the roll. I will bring it down to the next lowest because someone got it. I give Jolly credit for this one, please.
Okay.
Okay. Granny. She doesn't have her wallet.
That is weird.
What's her initial?
Wallet that we found in the pit that was dug. She was one of the people who dug the pit.
Or the person, either way. You don't know her last name, so you can't confirm it, but she might just be.
There was Jolly.
Well.
Computer friend.
Don't worry about trying to fix the.
Yeah, we're about to finish it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, with a dawning realization that you may have just stumbled into the person who caused you some trouble. We're going to end there. Thank you all so very much for being here for the stream. Zeno, very nice to see you joining us in chat. Very lovely to meet you. With all that said, we stream fairly regularly, or normally we do. But right now, streams are cut down to Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesday's a little horror game where we're Cult of the Lamb with me and maybe Jolly. Saturday is Dungeons and Dragons. If any of that sounds good to you, pass the word around. Tell your friends. We'll stream. We typically will stream more regularly on Tuesdays and Fridays, but for right now, we're taking a quick break. We have a Twitter at Dicefunctional with an underscore at the end. You can find us on podcasts if you do not like watching, instead you just want to listen. You can find us on Spotify and Apple and stuff like that. With all that said, I'm getting quite hungry, and I think everybody else is too. We're going to end the stream there. Say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye,
Bye, stream.